I'ma hurt them. And all these bridges that I'm building, I'ma burn them. Burn them, burn them. All this money I be making, I'ma burn them. Burn them. Monk it up. I'ma serve him, spin it on a block with a mop, I disturb him. I never killed a nigga, but I'm ready to spit a hollow right on a person. And the curse, I'm about to merge on a nigga's turf. I'ma let a nigga burn, burn, let him burn. And these pussies better learn. When I pull up, I'ma burst, make a nigga see stars, spin and leave him on a curb. Burn him, burn him. All this money I be making, I'ma burn him. Burn him.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back. Hope all of you are doing great. Hope all of you are doing wonderful. What's up there, Snoopy, my man? How you doing, my dude? Are we going to be seeing you today? Are we going to be seeing you tonight in the 5v5 1v1 duels? Bro, we would love to watch a good feral. We actually did have a really good feral. English. We had a really good feral last week, but I'm a dummy. Okay, we're doing the EU and NA playing together Saturday, and I basically recorded a screen on my Demon Hunter just AFK in an Ouroboros when I was trying to record the EU duel. That was a little sad, and I was trying to see if I can maybe get a better version, you know, just rip it off the stream. There were two choices. Either use the method that I usually use to rip my own videos off of YouTube, which for some reason just had ruined quality for it, or the old school way. No, it will take like half a year, so I'll decide, you know, and we're just gonna skip over that one. How you boys all doing though? Welcome back, all of you having a wonderful, beautiful day. We're gonna be popping on EU right now, getting our music set up and running. Hope all of you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful. What's up, Jesus? You ready, boys? Let's go, man. Let's go, dude. Sounds great, man. Hey, let me get the song that we just listened to. This one. You guys got to hear this one. I did not, man. I want to hear what this song is all about. Let me get the stream rolling here as well, boys. Right, to see my undergeared PvP warrior get annihilated. He's a Night Fae, right? You'll be fine, I hope. I think you'll be okay, man. But hey, man. Yeah, I'm down. Any tunes you guys got going on? Geared, non-geared? You're all more than welcome to join the 5v5 1v1 duels of the day, boys. We got 9:05 coming up very, very soon, sometime in March. Let me know how the audio is, by the way. If somebody is an audio whiz in the chat. Is something too loud? Not loud enough? Music too not loud enough? I am too loud? Am I? It should be all right. We got Jesus already with a 5-man group. We just need another one over on the EU, and we'll be good to go, boys. Where's my man Kragar? Kragar always wants to get as many games in as he can. And I feel like Kragar never gets enough games in. Breezaz, oh, he messaged me right a millisecond ahead of Kragar. So we'll have to go by order. First come, first serve. Snoopy, do you got a 5-man? Have a team ready? Okay, we'll do it like this. We'll go by the order, first come, first serve. Jesus Breezaz first, then Snoopy and Kragar right after. How does that sound? Just so I'm fair to everybody, right? I know Snoopy is you know, he's a really genuinely nice Swedish boy streamer, and I should give some streamer privileges here, but I'll treat you guys all on a fair field for the evening, right? Let's be fair here. We'll go for Jesus Breezaz first, because they were literally the first ones to message me on Reality. I guess you guys can't actually see it, so it's not like I have an alibi. You have to take my word for it, trust me. It was Jesus Arena Calls. Is that gonna, should I just accept that quest next time? I feel like I should. If that quest pops up again, we'll just accept it. Yo, this song, by the way, slaps. I'm a huge fan. Can we add this to the mix? Can we add this to the mix? Like, it has like everything that I would want to hear it when I'm listening. I'm watching 5V5 1v1 DUELS. Alrighty. Let's shuffle the mix though, boys. Let's shuffle the mix, see what we end up getting. Ooh, the good old. Let me stick it over here. Beautiful, beautiful. Snoopy, we'll get you up and running as soon as we can, man. It won't take too long, trust me. Switch. They got ourselves Insufferable here, dude. He's gonna come in one shot, everybody. Come on, man. Come on, dude. We got ourselves team 1 with... How do you say this name? Kel... Neck Ross. Kel. We'll call him Kel for short. As a... I saw the daggers in. I saw the blades and I got excited for a second thinking assassination, but those are just assass weapons. But we are going to have the rogue up first. On that team, we also have Cobb as a survival. Looks like somebody left, maybe? Yandex, we got ourselves Eleganten, and we're missing Copy. So hopefully Copy gets in. And it's going to be, what is that? Rain of Frogs. Does that actually get rogues out of stealth? That'll be hilarious if that actually can get rogues out of stealth with Insufferable. Gonna be first up on that team. On that team, we also got ourselves Archeorg playing the fire. On that team, we also got ourselves Noble. We got ourselves, oh, Nobeli, sorry. So that's your Night Fae guy. Titanios, we got ourselves Spikovet. Insufferable getting opened up by the rogue. 100% crit is gonna chase him away with a... Ooh, it's a Night Fae rogue too. So you opened up with the Night Fae Covenant. But you know what? This used to not have an animation of any sort, but now it does have like this blue shimmer. Night Fae Rogue is really not that bad. Although I am very excited for the Venthyr buffs coming out. Gonna be Shadowlands coming in for Kel with a knockback for Insufferable. The Shadow Stabs don't stop though. Gonna be back-to-back stuns. Does he get the kick? Looks like hasn't got juked yet. Is gonna land the kick. Gonna be a wall available for Insufferable. Trying to turn around all the kind of damage into a trinket from a blind. Smoke bomb for the rogue. Is gonna Night Fae shift out of their soul shape. And it looks like he might be able to get away from the ghost rule, dude. The Fox and the Hound. It looks like the Fox wins as Kel does break away from him. It's going to capture himself a reset, but the dots are melting down the shield little by little. It looks like Flame Shark potential is still on him. And it's going to be poked out of stealth for just a second. Insufferable does pick up the eyes ahead of time. Tried to stay proactive, did try to go for a big setup versus Kel, but Kel did avoid a lot of that damage. Still has the eyes, still knows where the rogue is at, does hit him with a flame shot. Going to be a Shadow Dance available immediately for the rogue. Cheap shot, going for quite a bit of damage, maximizing the value of that 100% crit Lego trinket for Kel off of that last one. And Insufferable, I think, is trying to find a way to maybe tank this up. Should be able to get a healing surge. No kicks from the rogue, so no way to stop it. Going for a Primordial Bolt. Clock of Shadow is available for Kel before any kind of damage comes out for Insufferable. Does Insufferable still have the big lava burst? Can he still line up a massive lava burst without Primordial? Gonna be Kel looking for a bit of a reset as the rogue is running out of cooldowns. Evasion is the only thing he has left, and that's not really gonna help really anybody. He does catch a restall somehow. I feel like Insufferable would have still had a global or two there in the line of sight he had, but apparently not. Kel staying next to the Shaman, knows he's gonna pick up the eye, does hit him with a sap. But he's really down on cooldowns. He's playing 2 charges of Shadow Dance, so he's not going for the big one-shot build. But the crit is basically giving him that one-shot potential. Insufferable, though, the healing he gets while he's getting attacked by the rogue. The Earth Shield by itself is like a Restoration Shaman. Going with the Earth Shield Legendary to play in these duels. Big Light Glass onto Kel. With the Primordial Bolt to follow, and Kel does have advantage for it. Looks like this rogue is maximizing the cooldowns. Usually we see rogues go in for the all-in. The Hail Mary, We usually don't see rogues maximizing the cooldowns as much as this guy is. It looks like Unstoppable is playing the Fleshcraft that does give you the immunity. Gonna be even a stronger Fleshcraft that gives you a 20% DR in 905. Big burst opener by the rogue, 100% crit, giving him quite an advantage here, bringing Unstoppable to about half his health. Stormkeeper does get interrupted, does let us out on the rogue with a lava burst. Was not a primordial bolt lava burst though, so that's still going to be big meatballs. Getting Kel down, intriguing for that blind onto Lasso, does have Kel on the rope, so is chasing him with lava burst. It looks like the procs do get him. That was actually so well done by Unstoppable. Live lorded through the rogue. I wonder if there's anything the rogue can actually do in that kind of a situation. Who's going to be up next? Looks like Copy actually does return. Playing the Venthyr? Is that what you're looking at? Are we going for the Venthyr enhancement shaman? Looks like we are. The combo that is super meta. As the Ghost Wolves roll in, Unstoppable is going to be under pressure with quite a lot of these pets. Changing out Primordial Bolt with Copperfin. Could be maybe a Grounding Totem by the Shaman. Does drop a Grounding Totem. Unstoppable does go to disrupt it into an Interrupt on Nature. Short Stone. Copy could go for a big setup. A sentence coming out. Lasso to follow. Does not trinket it. Copy taking quite a bit of damage though. It looks like Unstoppable does create some distance. Copy does make sure to get himself fully healed up, ready to go. Unstoppable is right around the bend. Copy needs to go for a big setup here. Ghost Wolves have been used. Has Ascendance, Bloodlust has been used and didn't really get much value from it since it was mostly lasted through. It looks like Copy just getting CC'd with those slows completely. Does miss his interrupt on Unstoppable, so the Shaman is able to get his full cast off. Copy does have to trade in a wall since they don't have any more disruptions for Unstoppable for the time being. Ascendance does come out, mid-chain harvest some of that team as well, but still quite a bit of damage to Unstoppable, who does recover quite handily, popping a wall for the massive cooldown, and the Urshel Legendary still continues to give him a lot of that sustainability. Copy most likely not playing the same Legendary, most likely playing the Windfury Lego in order to give himself big damage. Teleporting next to Unstoppable. He didn't go for that interrupt. Does have a shield with that teleport as well, so he's playing Draven as a soul bind. Short stun onto Copy with a hex to follow. Copy used a trigger at some point. Primordial Bolt set up for Unstoppable. Does he have any more big setups? He's kind of, I guess, hoping for a big Lava Burst setup, which is quite huge. Does get Copy quite low in health. The Peta Rachel does disrupt Unstoppable for a second at least. Slightly less and not lasting nearly as long due to a cap totem. Ascendance back, or heroism back up for Copy, or Bloodlust, I guess, if he is Horde. Back up for, actually, are they Alliance? Heroism, I'm pretty sure that's a Night Elf right there, unless I got it wrong. Wait, yes, Heroism. Hex trying to come out. Copy has anything for it. Grounding Storm does come down. And that's going to be Stormkeeper. Taking out Stormkeeper with a Frost Shock. Because Unstoppable is actually starting to get some health damage here. We are the 6 minutes into the duel. 6% dampener. Ghost Wolves are up, but the Ghost Wolves are killing a totem instead. The Ghost Wolves turn around to the wrong target for a second. Copy kind of low in health. Should have a lot of Maelstrom to recover health though. Those Ghost Wolves do fuel you full of Maelstrom. Continue to cleanse the Urshel from Unstoppable. Does he realize the Urshel is gone? I don't think he realizes it. Get interrupted on Nature, gonna be a Sunder right after. Unstoppable needs to get the Urshel up and running, but looks like with how aggressive Copy was with those purges, finally gets it back up. Nah, they got some health recovery, but it looked like his health wasn't really going up nearly as easily. Only one thing was missing, and that is the Earthen Shield. Copy kind of stuck out in the open, only with the Ghost Wolves available to move around. Lasso, as he goes to the Ghost Wolf flow, could be really close to dead right here. Into another Lava Burst by Unstoppable. Copy still has healing surges back up. As long as they have Maelstrom, they can go for insta-cats. Bloodlust coming out here, or Heroism, as he's trying to make some damage happen to Unstoppable, but he just Ghost Wolves out of there, throws down a Earthbind Totem, and just walks away. Sunder by Copy as he's getting quite a bit of value on the damage, but it's going to be a knockback for Unstoppable, creating enough space between them where Copy is just in a bad spot. Does not get his interrupt. Going to be a big insta-cast available for Unstoppable, so it could be really Copy Finn's end right here. Unstoppable doesn't go for big zaps though. Maybe Lava Burst if he gets a proc. Huge heal for Copy. Grounding Totem does get dropped down. Unstoppable does Lava Burst the Grounding Totem, so a lot of his damage setup was kind of wasted into the totem. 7 minutes into the duel, 60% dampen. The dampen just jumped up by 10% from just a few minutes we're in this duel. And Copy so far not giving up, but he is running low in mana. Copy is really low in mana. Unstoppable looking still okay, but Copy is continuing to just purge these Earth Shields very stealthily. Big Sundering onto Unstoppable as he's continuing to get his big heals rolling. Does refresh the shield. That's going to be Earth Elemental, another defensive available if necessary. Copy does go for a wall. Lasso does trick it out of the lasso as it looks like they're not going to be doing all that well. Ghost Wolves are up, but not enough mana to even get a heal off. You will have the Maelstrom, so you have to go for Lightning Bolts at that point. Door of Shadows available for Copy. It should have some mana return right now to maybe get a heal or two. Maybe. As one thing as a shaman you can do as enhancement compared to elemental, you just can continuously heal yourself over and over. You only have so much mana to work with, and you burn through it very, very quickly. Copy not looking all that good. The sentence is out, but looks like the sentence is not enough. Lasso for Copy, but it's Unstoppable have anything to finish him. Frost shocks him at the end, taking him out 8 minutes into the duel. And Yandex is going to be up next as a Frost Death Knight. That's super unfortunate, man. The Handsome Shamans, dude, they have it rough. They have it rough. Copy coming back in, though we haven't seen Copy in a bit, so probably, just trying to get the rust off them. Also, Copy did go through quite a few Covenants, I think. Didn't they? Copy, I think, played Kyrian, and I think Copy played Necrolord at this point. So now Copy is on the Venthyr grind, which Venthyr for enhancement for PvP, I mean, it seems like the strongest combo. But potentially there might be some sims that say you could play other Covenants, at least for PvE. Gonna be Yandex coming in, big grippy hand coming out, AMS available, everything rolling. Big stun from the Drake, knockback by Unstoppable as Yandex continues to chain in stuns to stuns. But that's going to be all the cooldowns out of the Frost DK kind of gone. Unstoppable is actually able to get himself kind of an offensive setup, taking a little bit of damage still. Yandex does have himself quite a bit of that sustained damage rolling, trying to get a Stormkeeper up and running, and Yandex is going to drop down to anti-magic zone. Try to deal with a zap. Unstoppable holding onto the lightning bolts for now until AMZ is gone, so you can get full value damage onto Yandex. It's gonna take him a little bit of time before that happens. Big zaps coming in. Yandex is below. Earthshock collapses the earth around him. Who's gonna be up next? Cobb, or Eleganten? Fire Mage or the Survival Hunter? It looks like I like that staff you got going on. It's got like a little chompers from BT. Actually might be pretty good for a Survival Hunter. You stab somebody with those prickly things, it takes a bite out of your enemy. Gonna be a stun in the opener by Cobb of the bat, get a knockback but not super far. Still can get the value of his resonant arrow. Gonna be well available for Unstoppable. Try to soften the damage of the Survival Hunter as he's gonna go for a bit of range, but to grip himself back into that lasso. Will not have Unstoppable walking through a trap, I don't think. Gonna be Cobb, kind of lowish on health. Does not freeze the trap onto Unstoppable. That's gonna be a trinket for the Shaman. Looking to edit here. Acceleration does come in at 35% dampener. It's still a little bit of a heal, but Unstoppable avoiding these traps, dancing around the Hunter traps. And there's just not much you can really do. They just don't walk into the traps. Elegant gonna be up next. Try to go for Fireball instead of a G-Pie off of Unstoppable. I wonder why you switched it around. I think... Was the poly maybe DR'd? Did he? Oh, freezing trap. That's what it would be. There's no way he would have been able to get a full G-Pie off, so I guess he decided, you know what? Let's just get Fireball in there. Let's get some kind of damage in. Wait until DRs are up and reset. We are 11 minutes into this duel. 40% dampener rolling up on us in just a moment. Poly for free onto Unstoppable, has no way out of it. Rune of Power coming out for Elegaten. Full Rune of Power, full setup. I think he's just going to go for big combustion. I think he's just kind of giving it away. No combustion just yet. Wait. He didn't combust. I saw that Unstoppable just started to spam purging him, expecting to combust. Unstoppable started spam purging him, and I had to look at the Eleganten cooldowns. No combust yet. And he was trying to see if he could bait Unstoppable. Because he dropped down to full Rune of Power, full G-Pie, everything. And there goes the combustion. There goes the damage. Unstoppable has to play super defensive. Trying to go for purges. Needs to go for a heal of sorts. Super low on health. Needs to get himself the Earth Shield back up and running. Gonna be short stun until Eleganten trying to go for a bit of a heal. Eleganten still chasing after him. Lasso available. Unstoppable needs to get himself the Earth Shield up immediately. Trying to go for healing surges. No Earth Shield just yet. And Elegaten, if only he didn't have that pillar in between them, he would have actually been able to maximize the value. The Earth Shield for the Shaman is quite huge. And this Pyro actually could have Unstoppable in a very critical position. Going to be Spark to follow. Unstoppable trying to go for damage himself. Trying to reverse the damage back to Elegaten, but looks like the Fire Blast and Pyros do enough work. And I think that was just a Shaman at the end of the rope with his defensive cooldown, so only so much you can do. You just have to go for an offensive play. I guess Elegaten maybe get a massive proc with Lava Burst. Who knows, really? Breath onto Legaten, trying to land a poly onto the mage by Spike Obed with a G-Pie to follow Radiant Spark. Also playing that Kyrian mage as well. Trying to drop down Meteor. Doesn't get Meteor. Doesn't really get the full Radiant Spark combo. Sorry for bumping the mic. G-Pie right after. Could try to switch to the wrong person. Yeah, I'm so used to just switching to Asaphobus. He's the man of the hour here. Spike trying to see if he might be able to get himself a bit of a kite, I guess. Bit of a kiting spree. Trying to go for a bit of a reset. Gonna be food for Legaten, even though he doesn't really need it. Spike is the one who really needs the food. But Spike is the one who's looking to disrupt the eats. And Legaten should be able to get a Ring of Frost. Maybe no, missing it by a hair. Poly is gonna come out. Unless he can interrupt the G-Pie is gonna be up for free. Looks like Spike decided to go for Radiant Spark instead. Looks like Spike kind of messed up his whole opener there. Wasn't really sure what he wanted to do. And by the time he made a decision, it didn't really go well for him. Is Legaten going to try to see if he can purge the alter time off? If you were to able to purge alter time off, Spike wouldn't have had a big defensive recovery, so it would have been behind one extra defensive. Legaten though still continued to blast him with Fire Blast and Pyro Blast, not really committing any big damage, just kind of trying to poke at him. Nova comes out, hits him with a breath, most likely a Ice Block, a really early Ice Block. Well, I guess not super early for the duel because we are at 56% dampening. The healing is reduced. Spike still gets a pretty massive heal, but he is still quite behind compared to Legaten with all of his damage, with his cooldowns as well. Used the Ice Block before Legaten did. And Legaten is just getting this free Fire Blast in there. Has a full combustion ready, but it looks like he won't really need to do much against Spike. He just needs to get a couple more Fire Blasts, Pyro Blast, missing that breath. Spike will maybe turn it around potentially. Looks like Legaten is just going to go for damage as much as he can. All the time does come out for Spike, landing that breath into a poly. Poly does break. Oh, before the breath comes out, breaks. Big Meteor coming down for Spike, trying to make the full in, all in. Damage happened. Pyro Blast coming down. Long cast Pyro. Not really sure what happened. And Legaten does steal his combustion and take him out. Titania is going to be up next. Is Legaten going to be able to go through the rest of the team? It's only a Feral, another Mage, as well as a warrior. Bro, I'm out of it today, dude. I literally woke up 5 minutes before the stream. Not even joking. Trinket for Titanius goes in for a big Incarn. Legaten does have all the time, does choose to cancel out the Convoke the Spirits in case he just gets a random one-shot on him either way. Still a pretty big cooldowns used by Titanius. Incarn as well as Convoke. Lots of cooldowns committed together. I got to catch it up a bit of food, but looks like the Feral is going to disrupt him immediately. Blinks do get him out of the stun immediately. Radiant Spark available with a full combustion. Just go for the big Pyros. Meteor missing, but still enough damage to just blast this Feral out of there. With no Belisarius up next. Belly going in for a big old stun. Warbreaker right after is playing the Night Fae Warrior, getting hit with a breath. But looks like the knockdown. Wait, the knockdown from the Fae Tremor ability actually is quite huge. Bomber is going to come out. Looks like Belly's going to just have to take some of the damage. Trinkets into a big old leap with a Blaze Storm onto Legaten, burning through his shields. Actually has him so close in the execute range. Charges to him at a perfect time. All the time available for Legaten, will be able to recover some kind of health at some point, I think. Wait, does it cancel the all the time? It looked like he got no heal from the Ice Block. Does get a G-Pie into Belly. Continue to go aggressive, offensive as much as he can. Also, Reflect, I think, was available for Belly. Looks like only reflected a Fire Blast, but the G-Pie did go through. Both of them are extremely low. It could be anyone's game. It looks like the Phoenix Flames for Legaten does secure him at least another kill for the kill count of the 5V5 1v1 Duels. Arheork last one left. It really did come down to the final mage versus the final mage. And Legaten not even going for a bit of a reheal. He's just going into the duel. Arhe blasts him. I think Arhe was going to give him a bit of a reset, but the duel ended right then and there. The mage really came back quite a bit, didn't he? Legaten really made a comeback, did he not? That was really well done. I mean, he played through the damp, but he played really aggressively too. I really do like the aggressive plays. Alrighty, let's get another group up and running, boys, yeah? Let's get another group up and running immediately. Let's get Snoop in here. And let's get Krager in here. And we'll try mixing you guys around, right? We'll try mixing you guys around after that. Snoopy and Kragar. Beautiful. You have no target. Snoopy. Oh, okay. I'm gonna spell Snoopy name. I spelled it as Spoony. Spoony. Oh no. Okay, you got it this time. I swear, I don't do it on purpose. My brain just doesn't want to work right. It doesn't work, boys. It just doesn't want to work. Mugambala? Let's go. What are we at with the EU? 90? No, 89? 88? 87? 86? 84, 85? Wow, that was the 85th duel. Alright, I am just gonna have to take Arena Calls quest. Just so it doesn't keep popping up over and over. Spoony. It's more like a... it's more like Spoony. The N and the U replaced. It's not that Friday evening. What's up, Christ? How you doing, man? I hope you're having a good one. I like group 5V5 type of... Yeah. I should post a how to join the groups in a bit. Hold on. I will post in a bit. I think after this... Well, actually, could I find it? 5V5 1v1 Duels info. Okay, here we go. I'll post it. I'll pin it. Just so we have like a way for people to see exactly how to join in. I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna get questions of how do you join in, but at least it'll help somewhat. Alrighty, Switch. We got 3 warriors in the enemy team. 2, we got ourselves Kragar in there. We got Eva. We got ourselves Kragar. We got ourselves. First up, gonna be Wolf. We do have 3 warriors here, boys. We got ourselves. How do you say that? Overlord X. Overlord X, I guess. And Soj Jiro. Oh, I have no idea how to pronounce that properly. Soji. We call him Soji, I guess. Ojiro? Jiro. Like a hero. Jiro. That could work. We can do him like that. That is 3 warriors. Technically, we are like, yo, you know what? Don't have 3 of the same class. However, 2 of them are Fury, 1 of them is Arms. They do play slightly differently. I'll allow it. I think a lot of you guys enjoyed the Warriors. As for the Hunter duel here, Ayaz swapping on some dots with Wolf. Wolf, where are his pets? They are still on the chase with Ayaz, who's popping cooldowns, but Wolf, I think, has him on the ropes. Tries to go for a kill shot, but the Feigned Death does give the reduction. The pets are still on him. Still trying to harass the Hunter on Team 1 as Ayaz. Not really looking all that good right now. I do like the mock they got working on. Playing that Kyrian. Are they gonna go try to see for a setup? Gonna be a harpoon onto Wolf. Does go for a Feigned Death immediately. Exchanges some grenades, but is still super low in health. Just a kill shot away. Wolf is also still very, very low. Is going for the kiting where the pets are having trouble getting to Ayaz, but they do get quite a bit of movement for like a second. That's all they needed for Wolf to finish him off, and a massive heal from all those pets to set him up. On that team, we also have ourselves Snoopy gonna be going up next, I think. We got ourselves also Fluff God X as a monk. Ayaz down for the count. We got ourselves Logi, and we got ourselves Valent. Ooh, these names, man. These names are at least so much easier to read. Is it going to be Snoopy up next? Oh, it looks like it is going to be the Shadow Priest. Violent? Oh, Logi. No, mind. Okay, there's 2 of them. But it is violent. Like violence. Or violent. You get what I mean. You get what I mean. So how do what should we name you? I guess Jiro. Yeah, maybe. Because the letters are SOD, J, of sorts, ERO. Sod. We could call him Sod, but then it sounds like you're calling him Sat Sod. You know. Logi taking quite a bit of damage from Wolf. This is going to be a resonant arrow. It does go for the trinket from the pet stun. Changing the stun with Wolf, and it looks like Wolf does not sit that stun long at all. Trinket side of a great effect available for Logi. He's just trying to see if he can get away from all these pets. The T-Rexes are chomping down on him. I believe these T-Rexes do offer also a mortar strike effect, so they do give that healing reduction for Wolf to continue the pressure. Trying to see if he can get VT onto Wolf. That's going to be a mind games dodged, and Logi is kind of low. Continue to get the sustained pressure from the Hunter. The pets are doing quite a bit. Trying to go for Void Eruption himself. Maybe turn the damage and attention onto Wolf. Is going to go for a big PI with a Vampiric Embrace. The damage that he puts out is going to give him some healing. Does land the interrupt onto the mind games. The second mind games does go through. Turtle Shell available for Wolf. It looks like he actually disables it immediately. And Wolf actually finds himself kind of low on health, not in a great spot. Throwing down the traps. He's actually in that Shadow War death range. Does go for a trinket to give himself a little bit extra healing. Needs healing from any source he can. The Shadow Feed doesn't really let him go anywhere at all. Freezing trap at a Logi, and Wolf is still running on borrowed health. So that's going to put him in a really bad spot. Trying to go for first aid while he can with some line of sight away from Logi, who doesn't go for a reheal of his own. He actually goes in for a charge onto Wolf. Does hit him and the pets with the fear, but the intimidation does go through at the same time. Logi, though, is able to get some of his dots up and running onto Wolf. Does get hit with an interrupt. And Wolf is just kind of out in the open, no line of sight available. It's going to get harassed by the Shadow Priest, full dots available. It looks like that was a knockback trap by Wolf for a second. Logi finds himself kind of lowish on health, though. The pet kill commands are really doing work. Kill shot does go through, does have the cast available. He's going to let inside. The mind gives the disperse, does come out, and Wolf just needs to wait out the disperse and get some damage posted to maybe get some big damage up and running. Is going to be exchanging some of the dots on Wolf's pets, and is going to go for some shadow meds of his own. Wolf is going to pull the pets back for just a second. Get up some healing recovery as well. What is giving you the heal, by the way? Somebody is healing him. I'm not sure what it is. And I don't think the undead pets, the undead T-Rexes, I was about to call them raptors. But I don't think they have that spirit beast heal, do they? But somebody's healing them for sure. Also, if Logi is not aware, you can actually shackle undead on these pets. They are beasts, but more importantly, they are undead. So you can actually shackle undead the pets. And Wolf might not be able to do anything. I don't know if he'll figure it out by the time that he will need this knowledge. It's going to go for Greater Fate out of that resonating error. Still continue to get some line of sight from Wolf as the Hunter is back up to full health. Sitting pretty right now. And Logi is just not doing super good. He is kind of hanging in. He got some cooldowns coming back. PI as well as a Vampiric Embrace available very, very soon. Siphon available if necessary. Has Void Eruption, I believe. Going to be Door of Shadows. He's trying to get aggressive with Wolf. Probably has a set of CC available. Maybe a stun to follow. Freezing Trap stops him in place. And Wolf does have the advantage here to have the line of sight pillar to hang out by in case he needs to. Has Logi on the chase. Trying to get some dots in the pets. And looks like he forces the Hunter out in the open and hits him with a stun. Going to be a trigger for Wolf. Could maybe go for a Fear. Siphon does get used. Fear onto Wolf. The Siphon does not relent with the damage. Try to see if he can go for the mind games. The Wolf, does he have the disengage in order to get out of there? As Logi trying to make some damage happen with that PI. Full Void Eruption into a Vampiric Embrace. That is a lot of self-heals. And Wolf just does not have the line of sight. Gets a disengage off and trying to continue doing damage back to Logi. Just trying to see if you can fight fire with fire. Not playing super defensively here. But I think it's because maybe these pets do give you leech. Maybe that's why you actually get so much healing. Because the pets give you leech. So you actually end up getting quite a bit of self-heal. Big interrupt on the Shadow. Logi could be in a bad spot. Disperse does come out with being such a short cooldown. Does save Logi in a moment's notice. But the pets are still on him. Still harassing him. Still getting the old bites in there. As we're hitting that 9% dampener at the 630 mark. Logi is still going for a bit of a setup on all those pets. Wolf looking actually to not push in aggressively just yet. Looking to be a peek at Logi, but Logi probably has some cooldowns used by this point. Greater Fate has been used maybe a little bit too aggressively. Stun onto Wolf, and Logi can maybe go for a Mind Games. Is going to give him a little bit of healing. Quite a bit of damage to Wolf with a Fear to follow right after. Is going to get the Mind Blast and Shadow Crash. Turtle Shell comes out for Wolf. And Logi should be able to get some healing recovery. Stun comes out. If Wolf can land an interrupt on the next heal, he will have Logi in a really bad spot. The pets are fully beefed up and ready to go. Logi has not a lot left. It looks like the kill shot does go through. What is healing you? What is healing you? Is it a leech from the pets or something? I really don't know. Snoopy going to be up next, opening up onto Wolf. Trying to get full damage up and running with a maim to follow. Big old bite off that. Just getting big procs back to back. It looks like Wolf is going to be down for the count. Not much you can really do. Coming out of a Shadow Priest where he just uses big cooldowns to deal with a Feral Droid. Cracker going to be up next. Charging right in. Going to be Ursul's for Cracker. Is going to yoink him back. So that leap is going to be kind of denied. Any mobility around the pillar. Denied. Second leap. So I think he's playing the 3 leap Lego. Is that what's going on here? Is he playing 3 leap Lego? For the duels? Is that really is that what he played from the start? Is that what he played the last time he did duels? Because Cracker went for 1v5s. Was he playing the leap Lego for that one? That's incredible. You get leech when your man pet heals you 50%, you heal also because of ferocity. Wait, when your man pet it heals you for 50% of the heal. Wait, so when you heal your pets it heals you? That's actually nuts. If that's true, that's big if true. Thorns available for Snoopy in bear from just trying to kind of ward off Cracker from attacking him, getting quite a bit of damage into Cracker's health either way. But Cracker have not had to use any big defenses just yet. Snoopy had a nice beefy opener for him though. It's gonna hit him with the Spear of Bastion. Snoopy does pop Barkskin for it. Cracker goes in for a bit of a Blaze Storm, not getting CC'd for it. Leap into a charge onto Snoopy. Actually, not even a real charge. Looks like he's just raging blows. Big damage. Trinkets out of the bash to follow. It looks like Snoopy might actually be able to get away unless Cracker has more mobility to reconnect. Snoopy has incredible ability just to go for big leaps. Cracker leaping back up, trying to see if he might be able to cut Snoopy off. And looks like Snoopy does get himself a cat form, almost catching a reset. Looks he might go for another reset. Looks like he's maybe trying to get some bleeds on the Cracker. Maim with a Convoke, nothing you can do about it. Looks like Convoke taking him out. Using a trinket as early as he did, just put him behind, but I feel like he had to use a trinket. Against the Pharaoh though, with the Convoke, as long as Convoke just doesn't have a brain fart and just use the worst abilities possible, you will usually get the killing finishing blow. Jiro is going to be up next as an arms warrior, picking up the eye, hope to maybe find Snoopy, and looks like he's going to be trinket. I got the stun in the opener. Snoopy most likely going to be able to get himself a reset unless this man goes in for a throw weapon. And I think it's going to be almost get Doorway of Shadows. It looks like Snoopy catching himself a reset, almost catching a reset. The warrior does close the gap, trying to go for sharpened blades, so Snoopy does go for a thorns. It has the mobility, the forever mobility for the Feral Druid. Electric effect available for Jiro. As he goes in for some cooldowns here, Avatar available and everything, but he just cannot catch up to Snoopy. Dropping down the banner in case Snoopy goes in for a stun. Snoopy taking out the banner, just leaping in onto Jiro with a maim, trying to go for some damage. Big old bite to follow. Couple brutal slashes. It looks like he's just gonna pop back into bear. Gotcha, resell stun again, bite to follow. Taking him out quite handily. But these are warriors, to be fair. These are warriors. What happened to the other warrior? Did he not even play? I think the other warrior didn't even get to play. I think he just bailed. He probably saw Feral, probably saw what happened to Cracker. It was like, no. As Evan is going to be up next, picking up the eyes, Snoopy hanging around the corner, does get the opener either way. Is going to probably set up some bleeds. Going to be a port for Snoopy as he tries to soul ship out of there. Full PI burst available forever. Snoopy trying to create some line of sight. Going to be a port for the Shadow Priest. As long as he doesn't let Snoopy catch a resell, he might be able to get quite a bit of damage in. Going to be an interrupt by Snoopy on the cast of Eva. And that's going to be Eva actually gets his health turned around on super low on health himself. Try to catch up a few heals. PI still available, so you can get himself some cast, but a bite away. Fight does come in, but does have a shield for it. Disperse available. Trying to see if he can cyclone. It does clone Disperse. Drake coming out forever. Trying to at least get himself some healing from the Disperse. Gonna be yet another intro by Snoopy. If he has another bash or a maim Convoke, I think it's over. Nothing he can really do with that Convoke at the end, man. What happened with that other warrior? That one warrior didn't even get a chance to play. That was a little unfortunate, man. That was a little unfortunate. Man. Cracker, what happened to that guy? Did he get DC'd? Or was he just like, nah, I don't want to play a Feral, dude. No thanks. I don't blame him. Either way, I don't blame him. Alrighty, boys. Now we got to start mixing you guys up. Unless we have more people joining in, we got to start switching you guys around. Giving you guys that variety. You know what I mean? Multi-glad playing with amateurs. Oh, come on, dude. Everybody and everybody's welcome with these duels, man. That's what's one of the things I like about these duels. Anybody and everybody's welcome, dude. Anybody and everybody. Dalaran, you should be a pro WoW commentator. I don't know if I can really get in. Ready 5V5 still need? Yeah. I think we'll get you and Breezaz, because both of you guys seem one. We'll pin you guys against each other and we'll throw Jesus versus Crackgar. Just so we can get some variety in here, because some people are going to have to play more than once, you know, back to back. But there's only so much we can do. TTV Snoopy? Yeah, actually, let me do that. I like Snoopy, so I actually have no problem throwing his Twitch channel on here. He's streaming right now, by the way, if you want to peep him. If you want to peep him. Yo, Twitch, your commercials suck, but here's Snoopy, my man. If you guys want to check him out, give him a follow. If you want to see a Feral and a very genuinely nice dude play, here it is. Alrighty, Snoopy, Breezaz, we'll get you guys in next versus Crack and Jesus later. Breezaz. They get it right? Got it right. Alright, we'll get you guys immediately. Cracker just invited to random, so he's for this on Wolf. I don't believe he was in responsibility for the leaves and such. Fair enough. Yeah, I like when you guys provide like anybody and everybody, man. Yeah, the more people that join in, the more variety we can get there, the better, man. I see no reason as to why we should gatekeep 5V5 1v1 DUELS. Just like you have to be a certain certain item level, certain rating. What's it going to be? Certain height can be below 6 foot. Red IO. Credit score. Like, what's the point, dude? You only get enough of that in LFG anyway. You know what I mean? Let's everybody join in, man. Everybody gets a chance at the fun of the 5V5 1v1 duels. Alrighty, boys. Switch. Team 2 is gonna be Unstoppable, and his team of some gamers. We got us a Titanius, we got us a Spyco Vet, no Belisarius, otherwise known as Belly, and Archeorc, who barely got to play the last game, playing as a Fire Mage, versus Fluff God X, didn't get to play last game at all. Ayaz got to play a little bit, but probably not in the matchup he wanted to. Also, by the way, great Mog. Sleepy on that team as well, with Violent and Loggy. Violent never even got a chance to play. Good luck, have fun, everybody. Is Ayaz playing? I thought it'd be Smash for a moment, for some reason. I think it's because I saw Crows and I was like, oh, probably BM. Because I usually see BM play Crows, or used to, because they don't actually anymore. Gonna be a big old meteor coming down. Arhi trying to make some damage happen. Gonna be great at Fade. Immediately out of Violent, trying to go for a bit of cast. Getting interrupted on Shadow though. Arhi are going in for big combustion, trying to make some damage happen. As he got the Shadow interrupt, Violent still has it dispersed. If they need to use it, does drop a PI. Is gonna have the PI stolen by Archeorc. My PI now, as he gets himself a fastest shifted power in the West. Silenced by Violent as he's trying to make some damage happen into a massive spell, as Arhi does go for a really early game Icebug. Poly out to Violent. I think he was expecting for a massive spell out of Violent. Hitting him with the G-Pie. Violent is actually kind of out of cooldowns. Does have shift, but I probably should have mentioned that the rules of shift is not an ability one piece to use because they have plenty of survivability right now compared to a BFA, but they couldn't use any at all. But I think Violent is setting up for maybe going for that Void Shift. That's going to be a little unfortunate. I guess not much you can really do with Violent using it or not using it, can I? Oh, going for the Shadow Ward Death to break himself out of CC. Trying to make some damage happen back to Arhi, but Violent also taking a bit of damage himself. Door of Shadows available is actually going to Nova him. He's like, nope, you ain't moving. As Archeorc is trying to control as much of this duel as he can. Gets his shields back up. Does still have Cauterize and Combustion coming up in 38 seconds. If he can get himself that cooldown reduction, there goes shifting power. Actually reducing the cooldown of that ability quite a bit though. Half of CD just gone. Breath onto Violent. Into a Poly, and that's going to be G-Power right after. Arche still finds himself low on health. Shrinking by Violent, burning the fear onto Archeorc here. Trying to purge him full of his shields, and does go for that silence with Void Torrent to follow. Arche lands that interrupt in the last second of the channel. Landing yet another Poly, short Poly onto Violent with a G-Pie to follow. Greater Fate does get him out of there. I think he still took a bit of damage, but I don't think it was G-Pie that he took damage from. Another breath by Archeorc trying to go for a Meteor. Combustion is available if he wants to do it. Violent is kind of low. Going in for big combustion. Going to be dispersed by Violent right after. Get himself a lot of self-heals available. And Arche does get the shields back up and running. Ultra time has been used by the Mage. Only has Cauterize available as another defensive that should hopefully save him when he gets low on health. Another Poly onto Violent. Did he go for the Shadow Ward Death? He went for a Trinket. I think he went for a health increase trinket, maybe. It's a Battle Masters. Or he get a hit with a silence. Trying to see if he can bail out of there. Looks like he did escape the Mind Games. Shifting power is available. Violent is just go for Mind Games right here. Fear. Mind Games most likely going to happen. Arche does not have an interrupt. Has a Meteor back up, but he is playing this very, very defensively for a bit. Until he gets some cooldowns back up. Stunned by the Shadow Priest. Does have a proper blink for it. That's going to be a Void Torrent for Arche. Taking a lot of damage there. Violent recovers quite a bit. And Arche does go for the images, does give him a little bit of defensive, but maybe not enough. Cauterize does get proc shield, should absorb some of the Cauterize damage. And he is going to gain some health recovery from those shields absorbing the damage. Ultra time available, trying to see if he can blink into the room. Violent's going to have to chase after him, does have a blink away or ultra time away. But Violent is making sure to hang around and camp, kind of where Archeorc is and kind of where the ultra time is as well. And Arche, I think, might need to go for food or something. Might need to find a way to maybe CC Violent somehow or get away from him. Fear. No. I was expecting Fear for a second here for some reason. Silence of the Archeorc. Mind Games. And that's going to be Void Torrent doing a lot of damage to Arche. Not much you can really do. Door of Shadows coming around the corner. As Violent walks at Arche. Arche actually has Combustion coming up very, very soon. He's popping off a trick and trying to make some damage happen here, but looks like he still has to play it very, very defensively. He might still be able to go for a all in Hail Mary here. if he lives it. He is super low in health. Find himself just incredibly low. Whoa. His health is dipping. Does himself mage food. Violent walking in. Has him super low. There's going to be some shields available for R. He does have at least something to work with here. G-Pie, and looks he has the full setup ready. Violent has every defensive though. Does he use the defenses here? Does Greater Fade out of it to stop the damage in place? That is still combustion available for R here. Into an ice block. Try to go for a massive spell. Shadowman's available. If you can only get a kick on the Shadow, he'll be in a good spot. Fear onto Arhi. Mind Gets to Follow, just gonna end up healing the Shadow Priest either way. Arhi taking lots of damage from a Void Torrent. The shields might not be enough. The pod does get procced. That's going to be some blasts available for Violent, taking out Arhi. Not much he could really do. He had himself an out. Whoa. Okay, it looked like he lived for a second, but then he didn't. I hate the seed pod does that, dude. Because he can actually come out of the seed pod, but if there's like a spell traveling still to kill the seed pod, it'll still count and it'll just be like, oh, you're alive, psych. This is the worst. Spike going to be up next. Another Fire Mage versus Violent, though, man. The one thing about these mages, as much cooldown reduction as they have, Violent CDs are always shorter. Even if you play the Night Fade Mage, G-Pie available, and Violent looks like he actually wants to go for Greater Fade and the G-Pie to the face either way, porting around versus Spike. It should be able to maybe get a setup. Spike didn't burn any with big cooldowns just yet. Silence of the Mage into the stun right after. Violent trying to set up for a Mind Games. Spike can still go for a lots of damage here. All the time getting used really, really early. In case the cell does start dropping. Probably not a bad idea. Links next to Violent. Into a breath right after. Poly to follow to save a big setup. Violent does have a trinket, does have disperse. That's about all the CZs he really has to work with. Radiant Spark coming out for Spike. Violent might have to go for a disperse here. Does go for a disperse, knowing that Meteor is going to do a lot of damage. Does get out of the disperse for a short fear onto Spike. And it should be able to get some health recovery there following. Actually, so much health recovery. Nice use of disperse to just reduce a lot of the burst damage. And then recovered. The Shadow Priest could actually solidly heal themselves. Compared to how they used to be, where they literally couldn't heal themselves at all. G-Pie coming out for Spike yet again as he goes for Ring of Frost. As Violent does have some cooldowns coming back in again. Greater Fate available if they need to, as long as they don't get interrupted on it. Vamp Embrace is back up. Silence should be available as well. And PI coming up on only a few seconds. Violent has a nice setup. Goes in for a Silence into a stun to Spike. Mind Seer. Void Torrent instead. Shifting it around a little bit. It looks like Spike took no damage from that one though. Not really sure what happened there. Trying to go for another Radiant Spark. Big combustion available again. Trying to make some damage happen here. Or was that his first combustion here? Was that Spike's first combust? How did he get the cooldowns back for it? Was 2 minutes really... Did 2 minutes really bypass that effect? I guess. Big dots available for Violent. Trying to go for Void Eruption onto Spike. Void Torrent to follow. Big damage on him. Does go for the Ice Block. It should be some recovery, but Violent is not going to let him recover at all. 40% dampener, taking him out with a big old Mind Games into a death. Shadowboard death. Titania is going to be up next. Still playing the Incarnation. Is the Night Fae. Is Incarn any good? Is there actual play for Incarn anymore? I know that it used to be like Biss. Oh! I also just noticed he's also playing the Shriekwing Legend Trinket. From the first boss of Castle. Big damage to Violent though, as Violent trying to make some damage back to him is going to have Greater Fade for the Convoke, but Greater Fade does actually last exactly the same amount of time as Convoke. So while he didn't have anything to stop a Convoke, he had Greater Fade to deny the Convoke. Trying to get himself some more heals. Looks like no more interrupts available for Titanias, no bashes, no rake stuns, no nothing is going to hit him with a fear, and a Mind Games to follow right after with a big old Mind Flay to follow. Titania's looking for a more defensive play. Going to be a big old pour for Violent, getting some more casts off and trying not to let the Feral count himself and kind of reset. Is actually super low on health. Could have went for a Shadow Ward Death here. I don't know if he had a global spare available there. But Violent just turned it around. Took so much damage from Titanians. Incarn, Convoke, and then look at his health now. It looks like he basically traded health with the enemy. Big old bite available to Titanius yet again. Has a trinket if he needs to. Big Void Torrent available. Actually super low on health. Does get himself quite a lot of recovery. But a Silence is going to stop that for the moment. If Violent can get him low enough with a Shadow Ward Death, big Shadow Ward Death comes out, taking him out with the next gun. A belly up next Stormbolt. Trying to turn the Shadow Priest's belly up. Goes in for the Night Fae knockdown Shockwave? Ancient Aftershock? Is that what it's called? Doesn't really hit Violent as the GPI did. Greater Fate did come out for that one. PI as well as Vamp Embrace available. Also has this burst. So it looks like Violent is actually sitting pretty. And Belly almost eats a full fear, which is a warrior that should never happen. Trying to go for Reflect on the Mind Games. I don't think that actually worked though. It looks like the Mind Games still hit him either way. Stun Short into Belly, Chickens out of it. Does go for every defensive available. Fear intro Stormbolt, barely any health available, and the Shadowboard Death should be the only thing that Violent really needs to do to take him out. Does have the C-Pot proc. It looks like it's going to be end for him. Violent doing quite a good job as a Shadow Priest, man. Playing it safe, playing it a little bit more cautiously, not super ballsy, but he is getting the results. Unstoppable going to be up next. Silence on him immediately. Unstoppable rounds the bend. Violent making sure to punish him with every single dot and every single spell available for the damies. As Unstoppable just hanging around, dancing in front of Violent's face, has the full pet setup and everything. Shadow Meld used there to stop the cast from Unstoppable for a second. Does have the full lasso, or half a lasso, really. But Unstoppable should be okay, I think, for this duel. I actually wonder who wins here. Elemental Shaman or a Shadow Priest? Elemental Shaman with all the self-healing, or a Shadow Priest with all the CC and decent heals. Big Lava Burst coming down into, oh, Violent! Swap self with somebody, wait! Oh my god, that would have been end! Violent, letting you know ahead of time, normally swap. We usually not... We used to let Priests run swap because they were really, really undertuned for BFA. But now that Priests do as much damage as they do, I feel like Priests don't really need the swap. So I guess not much you can do in this duel, but man, that would have been over for him. Just held on to the swap for so long. I don't think for Unstoppable it's going to be an issue, really. I think it's going to be A-okay. Does go for the Earth Elemental. While getting used really, really early, there's going to be the big Vented Teleport with a short Disorient onto Unstoppable. Does go for the Hex. That's going to be Death breaking him out of that Hex, though. Very well placed. Unstoppable, does he get himself another big Lava Burst setup? If that's going to be a big proc, that could be huge for him. Does get quite a big proc, so the Violent is going to be dispersed for that Lightning Lasso. And Violent does have cooldowns coming back up again. That's cheating in a duel. Yeah, it really is, actually, because we do have rules for these duels. Rules to make the duels fun to watch and kind of sort of fair-ish, right? Because normally in a duel, you wouldn't be able to swap with an ally, right? There is some things that we do differently, like it's a 5v5 1v1 duel, so like Warlock Hellstones, to see like on Arms Warrior have a Hellstone so you can have a more interesting duel. Stuff like that is nice. Unstoppable looks like he might be going down here though. Super low on health is going to give a bit of itself heals to Violent with a lasso. Barely any health available for him though. He used to go for a lot of recovery if he can catch up. 42% dampener, they're not going to give him a lot of that possibility, and that duel should have been over when he had the Lava Burst set up on the Violent, but not much you can really do. But yeah, I guess I should go over the rules every time we do these duels, yeah? Just to make sure. Violent goes in for a 1v5 though. Pretty well done. Pretty well done. Priests weren't undertuned, they're just designed for 1v1. I guess so, yeah. I guess that's what I should have said, is they weren't bad for 1v1. They weren't bad undertuned, because they were pretty good. They were bad for 1v1s, yeah. I guess that's a good way to put it, chill pills. And thanks for the goop. Let's go, dude. Let's start mixing you guys up. I guess we can throw Jesus or Kragar. We'll see which one of them is available. But yeah, so the rules we have for the 5v5 1s, where are the rules at? Okay, we don't have a lot of rules, but no healers, no tanks. Pretty easy one. No more than 2 of the same class. They are some, like, we don't want to see like 3 pharaohs, 4 pharaohs, right? We don't want to see like 5 rogues, right? That's a little much. But like 2 pharaohs, 2 boomkins, they play differently enough where you could have multiple druids, right? Rogues all play mostly similarly, unless you like outlaw or assassin. I feel like 2 subs and assassin, kind of, I don't know. It's a bit of a gray area there. Enhanced Shamans and LA Shamans play differently enough where I'm kind of okay with like 2 Elites to enhance. They play differently enough. Well, less so because they got same abilities, but the play styles are just completely different. Warriors, kind of similar, but I'm usually, most of you guys don't really mind that much. But yeah, there's an asterisk there. You can give your teammates lock rocks. Druids can be in cat form unless you're dueling, if you're feral. I do gotta change this up a little bit though. Domain and stealth links are dueling. Priest, mage, warrior buffs are okay to use for your team. Raid buffs are usually okay. Except for the Pala, but the Pala doesn't really have a buff anymore like it used to. Again, I gotta change those rules. Special rules. Rogues can use Shadowy Duel on the target they're dueling. I should change this so they cannot use on non-dueling targets. So you can't shadow duel an enemy that's you're not dueling, basically get a free vanish. Because the rogues, we had them that you could do it back in BFA when they were really bad for 1v1s, but then they became really good, so I feel like they don't need that reset. Priest cannot use Void Shift. It's just Rebel is good enough. That role actually is fine. Because we used to let them, because they were kind of squishy for 1v1s, and to watch a Priest live a little longer and have a chance at a duel was more fun back in BFA. But yeah, let me get another duel up and running. We're gonna get Anthrax, and I guess it looks like Jesus is ready since he messaged me. And we'll try to get Kragar and Breeze out Snoopy. If we can. Snoopy, I'm gonna put you on a standby for now. I know most of your team didn't really get a chance to play, but I do want to get you guys up and running as soon as we can. What you like here? Dean, how you doing, my man? Dean Winchester? Almost Winchester. Wincheddar. That's pretty cool. Dean Winchester. I like that, but Wincheddar is even better. Hey, can we get a hands up Dean in chat, boys? Showing appreciation for the 5 bones, my man! Thanks so much, dude. Appreciate you. Sorry for wasting you guys' time. Am I getting the duels up and running? Sorry. I apologize so much. Not sorry. Let's get Anthrax and Jesus in here next, boys. This Anthrax got a group. Anthrax 90. If Kraken gets a group, man, we'll get him up and running immediately, okay? GSSSUSSS. Okay. Here we go. I just want to get as many duels as we can today, man. I want to get as many duels as up and running because I'm having a lot of fun with these, man. Having a lot of fun. This might be a little bit lower on the stream. We'll see. Because I did wake up like late. Kreiser, I see you. Oh. What's up, Kreiser? What's up, my man? How you doing, my dude? Yo, boys, hashtag DM for that donut. Appreciate it, my man. Burst you exactly after you had used Fade. Yeah. So actually, if he didn't have the Void Swap, that would have actually been the game over. Breezaz is right. We were watching that game because I was watching the whole everything that happened pretty closely. I was more like looking at him and looking at cooldowns too, seeing if he'll use the Void Shift. Alrighty, switch, boys. Switch. We got ourselves team 1 with Kreiser, my man. Warlock as a destruction right now. I like it. Wolfquats is a feral on that team. We got ourselves Mary. We got ourselves in the back A-bomb. And we got ourselves Anthrax, a Draenei Power Ranger looking kind of dude. What are these pieces? They're just also... we're just trying to go for the biggest, bulkiest looking mod because I think you achieved it. If you were trying to look like a human tank or a mech, I think you achieved it. If only the stuff had more of a color scheme to it. We got Kel on the other team. It's a rogue be out of South Lacey. Thank you so much, fam. Appreciate you. We got ourselves Copy. We got ourselves Yannick's gonna be first up. That's an unholy death knight this time. Versus Mary getting the Seraphim up and running as the army of the dead is joining the fight. Actually, only the A-bomb for now. Looks like Mary taking lots of damage. The big prod Lego coming out to get himself a little bit of a defensive. The army of the dead finally joining the fight. And Mary surviving through a good portion of it. Shield of Vengeance is available to try to deal with the damage. Looks like he lived through most of Yandex's big bursts as the pets do ramp down. And Mary just tried to see if he could survive through the rest of the damage of Yandex. Just trying to get himself healed up as best possible. Final Bird coming in, as he has quite a bit of necrotic stacked up on him. Wait, this could actually be pretty big amount of necrotics. Mary can't... Well, he looks like he healed through all those necrotics with 1 word of glory. 2nd word of glory put him into 70% health just like that. And Yandex has to tuck tail and run. Trying to play this very, very defensively as Unholy Mary rounds the bend. I think had to go for a trinket there too to get out of that CC. And breaks out of air quite easily. Oh my god. Mary just didn't even give that man a chance. And Mary hasn't had to use a bubble or bop or nothing. Paladins right now, dude. I swear, Paladins. Bop available for Mary. Hodge onto Kel. That's going to be Kel. Chickens out of it into a vanish immediately. Still has Shadow Blades rolling. But that is a pretty big defensive out of Mary off the bat, though. Use a Bob that early. I do wonder why. Cheap shot coming in, but I think it was weird. Yard onto Mary. How about you go for a Seraphim right now? Kel has quite a bit of damage lined up. Mary has a lot of potential damage here with that Seraphim. Final verdict onto Kel. Blind to follow as he's going for some big damage. Kel tucks tail and run as well. Literally in wolf animal form, fox form, has a tail. Super unfortunate against these guys. Mary just blasted this rogues. Almost gets a home run with him. Actually breaking him out of there, dude. Sad by Kelly. He's going for a bit of a reset himself. Is he playing Through the Darkness? There's no way he is not playing City of Darkness. He saps A-bomb. Is he trying to... Is it an A-bomb? And it's like, hey, friend. Or maybe he was trying to see if he might be able to get Mary over away from the eyes. Next to a line of sight, next to a pillar. Because Mary is doing a good job just sitting out in the middle. He's trying to make sure this rogue has to travel quite a bit if he wants to get next to a pillar. Cal goes in for an opener. Big crit setup. Cheap shot right after. Gets Mary super low. There goes the legendary procket to give him 50% damage reduction. Shield of Addons on top of that. Try to make some damage happen off it. And there goes the Seraphim. Cloak of Shadows available for Cal. Should have the mobility to get away from Mary. The pony is back up though. And Cal's still trying to get some... Oh my god, the hammer procs. With the Seraphim, the hammer procs just so much damage. Cal tried to go for long range. Or long turns, dude. Wide turns around that consecration. Just trying to see if he can get away from Mary. Does have Mary kind of low. Could be a bubble out of the Paladin. Does go for Word of Glory. Is that going to be enough? Looks like he is going to be able to get himself a lot of recovery there. Massive amount of healing by Paladin right now. Absolutely a massive amount of healing. Cal goes in for a sap. And he kind of just needs to, I guess, wait out until cooldowns are back up. Mary is glowing with the holy light of Uther. You don't really know what's going to happen. Big wings coming out right there. And Cal trying to make some shadow strikes happen. Big Seraphim back up. Oh my god. Cal with one tempo. Just his health almost disappears. Mary's swinging for the fences. He really is. He's really pulling the big punches, man. All his force into that damage. Absolutely a lot of damage. Cal trying to get back in. 100% crit. Blind onto Mary. Just to get a proper reset. Cheap shot. Shadow strike. There goes the bubble. Mary trying to short the damage aggressively. And there it goes. While the bubble is up. I guess he actually could have bubbled maybe early. He would have been able to save his Lego. Also, I gotta look up what this prop palette Lego does. As far as I understand, you basically, when you drop low in health, you get a 50% DR, right? For like 4 seconds. You would think that wouldn't be that OP, but if somebody's bursting you down with 100% crit, that would be pretty valuable. But if you're someone who's very sustain heavy, would that do anything for you? Like if you're a dot class, like an Affliction Warlock rotting you down, or a Demonology Warlock with Lily Pets, gonna be Radiant Spark by Eleganten, trying to see if you can maybe get a big old one-shot into Mary. Does have to burn through the Shield of Vengeance, but it's still quite a bit of damage either way. I don't think he was able to land that Meteor to be the 4th ability. Off of that, it's a 45-second CD, that's why it's OP. It is a short CD, isn't it? Damn. It really is. Paladins are OP and yet are nerfed. Paladins are really strong. I can't say they're OP, but they're strong as hell. But I think they will be the class that might not scale super well with gear. So maybe season 1, Paladins will be nutty, but then every season after, they'll just not scale as well. But you never really know, right? You never really know, boys. Eleganten, though. Tried to switch to him. Oh my god, switched to the wrong person completely. He's got to sit now and open. I think he's trying to kite Mary out in the middle. Hits him with a Nova. Hodge comes out from Mary. Does have a blink for it. Mary getting the Seraphim up and running. Big old hammer throws. Does not get the proc. The final verdict does go through. Eleganten had plenty of shields to deal with it. Big old G-Pie. Trying to go for a setup. Ring of Frost does not catch Mary in there. And Mattress, I love his stash. Thanks so much, man. Love you hanging out on the stream. Can we get a hashtag Mattress in chat? Showed appreciation for the wonderful donor, my man. Thanks so much. I appreciate you, my guy. Big old CA, man, the Canadian Dolores. Thank you so much, my dude. G-Pie onto Mary, just eating those G-Pies back to back as Eleganten. Trying to see if he can bust to the top exterior, the nice interior that is Mary. I literally describe him like some sports car or something. What am I doing in my life? Big old setup, combustion ready. Does he have the Meteor as the 4th ability? Could be low. Oh my god! He lined up the Meteor perfectly. What was that? He literally slammed it down in his head. Mary's Lego. Did it proc? Did he even have it? Was it too much damage where he just couldn't even render? That was insane. Eleganten taking him out. Anthrax is going to be up next, though. Getting hit with a poly on his wings. Does he have the same setup as Mary? This Autobot looking kind of guy. Man, he even got the maze that looks huge. It looks like a Transformer. I feel like this guy's gonna... If it was a Transformer, I think it would maybe be one of those Kirin... Oh, wouldn't it be cool? Kirin Phalanx? Like those mechanical cat things. If he's a Transformer, that'll be his form. Eleganten trying to go for a bit of a setup himself. Does he have the good? He has the G-Pie. We don't know if he has the Kirin setup yet. The G-Pie still does quite a bit of damage, though. Making big hits onto Anthrax either way. And Anthrax, I don't know what kind of Lego he's running. Could be the same as Mary. Maybe that's what all the Paladins are running right now. There's a big defense Lego just so you can survive any kind of burst on a very short cooldown. This is where the Paladins need a defensive buff. Yeah. Yeah. Keep that Paladin shouldn't have died in the first place ever. The Paladin should never die. Needs a defensive buff. Yeah. Oh no. I got him going in for a G-Pyre Fireball right after Radiant Spark coming out. Anthrax should be really aware. Does get out. Oh, another Meteor coming down. I think he actually human racialed out of that Hodge just to make sure that Meteor is the fourth ability, the final ability of that Kyrian setup rotation. That is just so much damage. That is so much damage. If you use Bubble, the Lego won't proc anymore. Wait, really? So that Lego, if you ever use Bubble, it'll just stop procking? That seems like a weird stipulation. Yo, that Lego makes no sense, dude. But then again, it's kind of ridiculous Lego to begin with, I guess. Doesn't hit it hard. Yeah, they are, dude. Yeah, they are. Elegant versus Wolf Quats up next. We are at the 8-minute mark. Elegant goes in for a nice bow. Wolf Quats going for a bit of that honor duel with the man. I do love the honor duels between you guys. I really do appreciate it. You guys, none of you have to do honor duels. Technically, you don't. As soon as you see the person on your team dead and you're next in line, you can just go in and not even give the other person any breathing room. As soon as your ally dies, as soon as you're next, you can just go in. There's no rules about that. Elegant, though, getting beat a bit up quite a bit here, though. All the time has been used. That's one defensive down. And like a 1-minute cooldown, though, isn't it? It's a pretty short CD. Wolf Quats in bear form, wants to go in cat form, wants to really make the damage of a Berserk happen. Still getting frozen up. Elegant might be able to go for a big setup. Is that going to be another Kyrian setup here? Fireball does come out, Radiant Spark to follow. If he can only land that Meteor in the right spot with Wolf Quats, does drop it down. Wolf Quats walks into it. Big damage still connects, even though he was out of Meteor. Trying to go for a bit of a heal. Maybe the dot damage is enough to burn him down. Wall should keep him alive, but his health is not going up. Oh, he's in a real bad spot. He actually might die to the master. He's so close. Singeing all that bear for a cat fur. That's probably not going to leave a good smell, is it? Dust got himself a reset. Elegant and almost took the man out of there. Actually taking him out. Big old eye getting picked out by Elegant. And Wolf Quats catching up on as many regroups as he can, dude. He's just trying to maximize them. I can't. What is this mage damage, dude? I want to try it. I want to try it myself with my mage. I do want to play Kyrian Mage, mostly Arcane, but since I'll be a Kyrian, I might as well try the Fire Burst. I do wonder if Arcane has anything like that. Great Pyroblast coming out for Elegant, trying to make maybe another Radiant Spark play. Wolf Quats knows he should get the hell out of the... Meteor still somehow clips him either way. I don't know what is the actual like radius of Meteor, but it clips you either way. Convoke coming out for a self heal. Wolf Quats actually just trying to do everything he can to survive. 32% dampener. This is one desperate kitty cat. Going to be a blink for Elegant. And Wolf Quats might be able to actually, with that survivability he set himself up for, might be able to do something. No, has a trinket available for the next go, if anything. But it really needs a lot of more health. Or more damage. He just needs to start making some damage happen to Elegant and try to go for something. Brutal Slash is available. Leaps in after that blink. Has a stun. It's going to be a trinket for Elegant and breath onto Wolf Quats. Interrupt him on fire. Cannot go for that fire damage. The ulti time is coming out. And knows that Elegant is going to go back to the ulti time position. Catching up on as much health as he can. And actually starting to get some decent damage into Elegant. Blinks in for that interrupt. Wolf Quats have to go aggressive. Let's go for the breath. Does go for the Kyrian potion, so no bleeds on him. Ring of Frost actually interrupts it. Burns a trinket for it. Elegant, does he have enough damage? Because Wolf Quats so low. You would think he'd be in that execute range with the Scorches. But he's just not there just yet. Unless Elegant is just trying to make the big play happen. Icebug does come out. Wolf Quats has to back up. Perfect opportunity for him to recover. And Wolf Quats looks like he's starting to slowly claw back to victory little by little. Although without a trinket, Elegant has the full ultimate control now. Patience is his virtue. He knows that the Feral is going to be anxious to attack him ASAP. Picking up the eyes in case the Feral opens up on him. Might as well go hunting. He doesn't even need health either. This man actually can live for quite a while with dampening being so high up. He's just super aggressive. He's just super clean with his damage setup. And there goes the Feral getting the opener. Does blink out with breath of the Wolf Quats. Hopefully it doesn't break into Ring of Frost. Doesn't break. There goes the Bear Form though. Might be able to use the Bear Form to survive this. Should have a Skull Bash for this next setup. Fireball? Nope, doesn't stop it. Pyroblast coming out. Dustable barks for it. Elegant did not go for the big setup. I'm pretty sure he was aware that the Feral is going to play as defensively as it can. Big mobility, get the hell out of there ASAP. But that's one less defensive for him to burn through. Convoke does blink out of it with an interrupt him to Convoke immediately. Wolf Boss does will wall back up. Trick available very, very soon. Didn't even need the Meteor, just the Pyros did the trick. Did not press that wall. In high stress situations like that, you should never panic. Always press your defensive. Always be aware of what's going on. Or worse to worse, I better panic and press a cooldown than not press it in the first place. I feel like that's maybe not a good advice. But the idea of you better press, at least use the cooldowns instead of not using them. I think it's better. Because if you use them wrong, at least you use them. Right? At least you did something in the moment. But really don't even use them? I don't know. Doesn't feel like a proper advice, perfect advice. Probably could phrase it differently. Elegant versus Crisis. Crisis trying to do what he can, just trying to get some freebie fire damage. Elegant trying to stay mounted up with the Curse of Exhaustion, not letting him close the gap at all. Minding to blink into Chrysler is going to get a poor dodge in the breath. And Elegant will still continue to charge at Chrysler. He's just charging right at him. Cataclysm around the corner. Elegant is going to get tagged by it. That's going to be the puppy dog. The felt pupper. Taking off the buffs from Elegant, that is shields that he's able to strip off him. Also can interrupt him if he's in line of sight. Has line of sight of him. If he's going to go for Radiant Spark or Fireball, he could interrupt it. Does interrupt him on Radiant Spark. Reflect available for Chrysler as Elegant and get his Pyroblast chucked back to himself. Double the damage of his Mastery as well as the burn from the Destro Warlock. And that's going to be the Cauterize. Maybe an Ice Block. No Ice Block available. Elegant just try to see if he can survive this. No shields available to burn into that Cauterize. Try to sit down for a bit of food. And Cataclysm around the corner should get him dotted up again. Not much you can really do in this situation. I think he's just going to melt to the Destro Immolation. I think it's over. Does get himself a shield for a second. Chrysler taking him out. He played that very, very carefully. Do you see that? He did as much damage as he could to the Fire Mage. Not letting him close the gap. Mage blinks. He ports out immediately. Keeps him at an arm's range, but still slapping him in the face. This is the best way to describe the way Chrysler approached that one. Copyfin going to be up next on Enhancement. We are at 58% Dampener. Not going to get any kind of healing, really. And Chrysler is a Warlock with barely any heals. Copy has a lot of self-heals available. But better turn up all the damage you can. Big Infernal coming down into the stun to Copy Trick as that Infernal stun immediately. That's going to Mortal Call, sending him far away. That's going to be just conflags for Chrysler. He's not even going for Chaos Bolts. And look at Copyfin's health. That's literally just going for conflagrates. I don't even know how it does that much damage. Is he playing Shadow? Shadowburn? Is that what he's playing? Because let's say he's going for a lot of instants. Gonna be Copy trying to go for some damage into a big old Ascendant Sport available for Chrysler. Does have the gateway if needed. It's gonna take the gateways. Copy does have the line of sight for a second. Those wind strikes are gonna do so much damage if you just get in the line of sight of it. Turn around and start attacking the pet. Because looks like Copy is out of cooldowns. At least get himself some Maelstrom from the pet to get himself some kind of healing. Any kind of healing you can get. Chrysler dips behind from around the pillar into Mortal Call into Copy. Soul Rot right after. Should have quite a bit of damage on him. Couple of conflags and Copy is just melting. Tried to go for a Sunder. Looks like they missed Chrysler. Went in for the Venti or ability Chain Harvest. Did a little bit of damage. Not nearly as much healing. But at this high dampening, 66% dampener. Not much you can really do. And Cobb going to be the last one left to Survival Hunter, but at 66% dampening, can you really survive this? Chrysler does go for the sack. He swaps out the pet pretty quickly into a big old Chaos Bolt into Cobb. That's with him Immolate. And goes for the Conflagrates. Does he play the Conduit where every time you Conflagrate a target with Immolate, it increases the damage of the Immolate? Is that what he's playing for? Because it looks like that's what he might be playing for. Mortal Call into Cobb. Does he have a setup? Trinket into Turtle for Cobb, but he's just still melting either way. Trying to go for many bandages. Chrysler is going to go for a bit of a self-heal from the Gorilla Pet. And Cobb is not really in a great spot. Does catch a camo. Chrysler still sees the pet, so that camo is not going to stick for Cobb at all. Trying to see if he can hit him with a Cataclysm around the corner. Does land it. Shatter Fear as well. Out in the open. Chrysler has the line of sight, taking him out. Ruthless, relentless Warlock, dude. I love how he has green fire and green everything, by the way. It fits so well. So well. It feels like it's been a while since you've seen a Destro Warlock, hasn't it? Also, Mary, your healing is disgusting. You need more healing than damage. I gotta look up what that Paladin Lego does. We gotta look it up right now. I just gotta make sure, just so I know exactly how it works. Oh my god, dude. Alrighty, boys. All right. I'm gonna save that. Cracker is up. He's ready. Snoopy wants to play too. Rear-raid new member. Yo, Snoopy and Breezaz. Which one of you do guys get first? Ah, man. You boys have been waiting for both for a while. Proxy. Wait, do we have new people? Proxy 4 to 5. Okay, Breezaz, I'll put you with. Actually, Snoopy and Cracker dueled each other already. So maybe I should have Breezaz and Cracker than Snoopy and Poxy, just so we can have variety. Because I'm trying to get you guys to duel new people. Snoopy, I might have to do dirty like that. I'm so sorry, but if I want to have that variety, the new versus Poxy, let's give Poxy like 30 seconds. Maybe Poxy will get a guy. Let's give Poxy 30 seconds. Maybe we'll get a guy. 30k chain harvest a day at 2500 or 25k the hunt. Damn, that's quite a lot of damage. It's easy to call red people that are looking at the opponents that may be undergeared or aren't skilled gladiator. That Kyrian makes the red look really strong. That Kyrian thing, dude, they're gonna nerf the actual like hammers going into the single target as less, but the AoE spread of hammers is gonna be more, which I think is gonna be a nice change. Still keeps the Covenant strong. Still gonna be really good, but I think it's just red's gonna be really good for first season, boys. I don't think red needs a nerf. I think they're just gonna scale worse with gear as we go further. Because reds generally don't scale super well with gear. Generally. Ready 5? Describes it with Anthrax? I guess Scribes took over for Anthrax, right? I guess. The nerf it just to do MPTR and it's trash. Wait, is it that bad? Wait. Because that nerf should be happening in 905, I guess, yeah? Merch, are you going to be changing Covenants then? Probably not, right? Kieran seems really good. But I mean, you still will have Seraphim, you know, Wings, Tempo's Verdicts, Last Verdict, if you don't play the Lego. Speaking about the Lego, let's just all look at what this Lego does, because I just want to make sure I read it and we see it. Reign of Endless Kings, I think, is it. When you drop below 20% health, you become infused with the Guardian of Ancient Kings for 4 seconds. This cannot occur again for 45 seconds. And you guys said once you bubble, you can't use it ever? Once you bubble, you can't get a value from it at all, I guess, until you die? That's kind of crazy. Reign of Endless Kings. So, Guardian of Ancient Kings gives you a like 50% damage reduction, right? That's it. It doesn't give you any healing, right? Just to look it up real quick. Wow, head. Empowers you with the Spirit of Ancient Kings, reducing all damage taken by 50% for 8 seconds. But this gives you like damage reduction for like 4 seconds. It's an interesting Lego. I do understand why people run it. Like, it ends up being really, really good. I understand why they run it though. Let's get Cracker and Breezaz in here. Sorry for space in there. Snoopy, I'm gonna get you versus Poxy or versus Chrysler at this point, okay? Breezaz and Cracker, because those guys have not played each other. So we are gonna go for variety here, as we usually do. Rock says 10k total. Are you testing it on a dummy or are you testing it on the player mirrors? Or are you calculating in that it's gonna do less damage on the player? I'm probably testing it on the guy. The nerf it after AWC if you use bubble, we won't proc anymore. Okay. The nerf it after AWC. Okay. It's a conduit which gives you Word of Glory. When rain procs, if you are stunned, you can use that. Oh, okay, so it does give you like a free heal. That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. Should they make that Lego all work for only prod? Or do you guys think it's okay that it works for multiple specs? Because there's a lot of legendaries that work for multiple specs. And then there's other legendaries that don't work for multiple specs. So I wonder if that was planned. Or I wonder if that's like, it accidentally works, but I guess we'll be okay with it. Because I'm pretty sure if they weren't okay with them using it, they probably would have made it so it only works for prod. DC with the 20 bones, my man! How you doing, my dude? Yo, can we get a hashtag DC in chat? Show it up and share with 30 bones, my guy! How you doing, my dude? What? Oh, hi. Oh, hey, how you doing, my guy? How you doing, beauty? Boys, switch. We got another duel up and running. We got us a Team Cracker with the Warriors. We got ourselves Yasa as a team. Oh, my man! Something about the Mog and the Mao just looks so silly. I don't know why. Just color clash, I guess. We also got ourselves Crag over there with trying to kite me. We got ourselves Talion, gonna be Talion, my man, as a Fury Warrior. What? Archeor gonna go for a big old Ring of Frost with a G-Pie. It looks like Talion's gonna walk into a trick inside of it. Not in a great spot. Has to go for Enrage Regeneration. Does go for Reflect. That's gonna be big damage for Talion. Big healing as well as a Fury Warrior this time. Blaze storming out of that Nova. Arhe still had combustion for just a second, but it looks like Talon lived majority of this, interrupting him on nature, which does make it so that he cannot really interrupt the polys. However, he does stop the GCD recovery or CD recovery for Arheorc, which is quite good for him, or quite good for Talon, really. Trying to go for yet another poly is going to be a Frostbolt to follow. Talon playing the Fury Warrior. I am interested how this is going to work out, though. I am very interested how that's going to work out. Because normally his arms, and he blasts things with his arms. Big old leap to Arche. I think he is playing the Leap Legendary, right? As a Fury. And it's going to give himself quite a lot of healing there for a second from Arche too. Poly doesn't have any way to stop. It looks like Arche is going to get himself a bit of a setup. Most likely a G-Pie with a Frostbolt. Another Poly. G-Pie is going to be on the arrival. Talon, does he have a Reflect for it? He does not have a Reflect for it. He's going to have to leap in there, taking the G-Pie to the face. Or really to the back. Gets next to Arche, needs to go for a setup. We can go for maybe some big damage on him. It looks like he's gonna get that Avatar there with a man ancient aftershock knocking him down. Blazer to follow, and Arche's gonna take a lot of damage. Oh, if only he stole with a Blelth. If only he stole that all the time, that would have been so good. Arche though, kind of lowish on health. Breath onto Talion. Try to go for an interrupt. It looks like the Shattered Throw is gonna break through the shield. The Ice Block does try to go for a little bit of cooldown reduction with the shields back up, trying to go for a poly onto Talon. Talon does get polyed. It has a Shrink coming back very soon. Arche, does he have full combustion? He doesn't yet. So it looks like Talon didn't allow Arche or too much cooldown reduction. So you should be able to reliably Shrink his big combustion. Most of it, unless he goes in for combustion right now. As Arche is trying to get something set up here, try to go for Scorches. It gets some free damage while he's away from Talon. Gonna be an interrupt on the fire. Blink with that soul shape, and Talon just having to waddle after Archeorc, waiting out for him to get far enough away. Does get that charge to maximize the value of it. And does he have anything? Does he go for anything? He has a trinket if he wants to. Could be lots of damage here. Does trinket with the reflect. Archeorc's gonna take that G-Pie to the face. Blaze Storm stopping him from being able to get seed with the roots. Archeorc should have the ult time available. Does he cancel ult time? He does go back. And that's gonna be Talon with a massive charge. Interrupt the Polymorph at the last second. Ring of Frost coming out. Might have a leap for it, maybe. But Archeorc's super low on health, actually. Leap by the warrior into a poly. Archeorc trying to get next to the Ring of Frost. ASAP has combustion ready. Talon, if you have the defensive sword, you might be able to do something. Might want to go for defense immediately. Does go for enrage regen. Big charge, big heal. Archeorc super low on health in that execute range. Does he have him right here? Looks like he's trying to take him out. Barely has him. Shields are up. No health available at all. Talon still continue to truck into a Nova. Breaks pretty quickly. Or he does recover with some shields. Shifting power getting interrupted. Polymorph is going to be for free onto Talon. At least it's health recovery. But he's trying not to let Arhe get any cooldown reduction at all. As best as he can. G-Pie into Frostbolt has a leap for it. Does reconnect with the mage immediately. Breath to follow does not last long. It looks like interrupt on the shot on the frost. It looks like the seed pod is not going to live long against this Furious Warrior. Unless he doesn't get the kill. There goes the kill. I was going to say, like, if he doesn't get the kill, that'd be something. Belly up next. As an arms warrior versus the Fury Warrior Talon. Getting hit with an agent aftershock of his own, getting a taste of his own medicine as avatars available for Belly. Talon getting hit with a Stormbolt. He's gonna have to wait it out for a bit. Is Talon playing the he must be playing the Impending Victory build, right? Like that, I feel like it would give you so much healing recovery, self-heal. You have to be playing it. Is gonna go for that Ignore Pain. As a Fury Warrior, I feel like Ignore Pain is a lot harder to set up. Just because so much rage compared to arms. But I guess you do generate quite a bit of rage compared to arms. Like almost every one of your abilities generates a rage of some sort. Belly not looking all that good. Looks like the parry is gonna have to come out. What the hell happened to his health for a second? I guess Commanding Shout must have fallen off then. He's gonna go for a sharpened blade onto Talon, but the parry is done. Belly, not a lot you can really do in this situation. The execute comes out in second. Seed pod for Talon to burn. That is 2 kills that have been denied for Talon because the seed pod is the one that technically takes you out. Who is this man right here? Door. Right? Door is going to be up next. Big Fist of Fury with Zoan on Celeron. Lexip right after. Drake inside of it. Might have to go for massive self-heals. Is going to go for a commanding shout. Is that rage regeneration coming out? Does going to knock down on him. Needs to go for heal right now. Touch of Death does live through Touch of Death. He actually lived through Touch of Death. I don't even know how. But did get himself enough healing to at least survive for just a hair longer. Next going to be Overlord. And a door taking lots of damage. Big Exicus rolling in, actually goes in for a karma as the blaster comes out. Overlord goes in for a parry, trying to reduce the severity of that karma. Still continuing to get some massive damage into door, as door is just not running super far at all, just keeps charging right back to the warrior. Big leap for the warrior, has a line of sight of door. Fist of Fury stopping him with parry for just a second, might be able to go for overpowers and a big old condemn at the end, taking him out. That was nutty. That was actually nutty. Novelist 28k HP. It feels so bad for him. Oh, that is a little rough, isn't it? As a warrior, you know, a little bit undergeared, but still, he did as well as he could. Gonna be a massive damage from Spike. Overlord might not be able to do much about it. Trying to get himself as much stuff as possible into a fear, and Spike just blasts him. Just stands in Rune of Power with a massive combustion blast into the man. He's literally the embodiment of the meme, so I just started blasting. Try to kite me, gonna be up next. Trying to get a see if we can get a slow on to Spike. Spike does go for a breath into a Nova, but try to kite me isn't gonna get kited at all. Meteor coming down, he does go for extra shields, extra defensiveness. Brew has been used to fortify his health, and that's gonna be Spike getting hit with a leg sweep as the images come out. Big Fist of Fury flying. Spike goes in for a breath, trying to go for a reset, but he's kind of low on health himself, really. You swap it the wrong person with Spike. So sorry about that. For me, that's gotten a whiplash just now. Ring of Frost to follow with the G-Pyre right after, try to kite me. Okay, he's 3 and he's 1. That works out. Try to go for that Curian setup. Try to kite me does go for a diffuse magic. Try to deal with the damage as best as possible, but still trying to stay kind of aggressive versus Spike. That's going to be Fire Blast, Pyroblast, back-to-back Vivifies are available for try. And Spike should be able to maybe get himself some kind of a reset here. Let's try. I don't think he's going to be able to. He needs to kite out the monk, but this man's name is Try to Kite Me. It's literally a dare. Just try it. Just do it. See what happens. He's not going to be able to. You're not going to do it. I said that's the Weapons of Orders. When is available? Spike goes in for all the time. Is getting a lot of health recovery without all the time. Big value in that one. Needs to somehow get this monk off of him, but I don't think it's going to happen. Big old spear hand strike to interrupt the polymorph cast. Spike's shields just get burned through so quickly. It's trying to kind of just punches right through them. Punches a hole in them. And Spike is on his last leg with that cauterized. Trying to go for first aid at the very last second there, but Try does take him out. With Unstoppable being the last man left on that team. 8 minutes into this duel. 90% dampener. Gonna be a big old leg sweep onto the chamois. Dropping down Meteor. Lightning Lasso onto Try to Kite Me. And Try looks like he's gonna be bailing back behind the pillar. Actually goes into a little cubby hole that you can find inside of the Runes of Lordaeron. Creates quite a lot of line of sight, in fact. So it's really hard to kind of get somebody who's in there. Unstoppable though watches as the monk does roll back out, trying to get some damage happen. He's gonna get disrupted on Nature. Does still have himself a big lava burst available. Incap coming out as he's trying to disrupt Unstoppable on his burst. He knows the Shaman burst could just come out of nowhere. He's gonna go for a bit of a Vivify. Lava burst trying to set up. Actually got the lava burst off. Didn't get the procs he wanted, but the lasso to follow after it does have some good damage behind it. Big old dragon kick for Try to Kite Me again. Goes back to the cubby hole, trying to recover as much as it can. Unstoppable just might have to push in there. But when you push in, you're basically in melee with the guy. Does go for Lava Burst. Karma coming out. First Karma of the game for Try. And you need to make the most value out of the Karma as soon as humanly possible. Is going to take down the totem that do provide extra free healing, or at least try to take him out. Trying to see maybe if he goes for a Spear Hunt Strike on the Hex. Looks like the Hex goes through. If he needs to, Unstoppable does have a perfect opportunity to catch up on heals. And is going to get a big old Lava Burst in a Try. Try has Weapons of War to back up. Legstream coming out. Trinkets out of the lasso. Trying to make some damage happen with his Zuwen coming out. Unstoppable could be in a bad spot. Wand does damage off. Trying to go for Earth Elemental. Going to be a short stun onto Try off of that Capacitor Totem. Trying to see if he can land a Hex. No interrupt just yet. Does go for the interrupt. Primordial Bolt out for Unstoppable. Does he go for a big Lava Burst? Trying to make a Hex happen either way. Helix are just coming out. The images ends the wind is still just tearing right into him. But looks like he does recover at 30% health or 30% dampening. Big Lava Burst coming out. Did not get the big proc that he wanted. Stormkeeper should be able to do some in Earthshock available. Zap's coming out. Does have the diffuse magic for it. Lightning Last is trying to cut away. Finally gains some range from the Monk. Incap comes out. Trinkets the Incap. And trying to go for a Hex before the interrupt comes back for try. Unstoppable needs himself lots more healing right now. He also needs an Earth Shield too. I don't know if he was able to set up an Earth Shield. Trying to go for a Flash Cloud. Trying to keep him alive. That Flash Cloud is going to be so much better next patch. Needs that Earth Shield immediately though. Really, really does. Lexi by try. Might have him here. Does he take him out? Touch of Death. That's all it took is a big old touch of death for that setup. Yo, try actually had so much damage against the Champion. Tarion, dude, making that Fury Warrior work with the Night Fae. I like it. 41k HP Monk is scary. Yo, it kind of is, isn't it? That is a lot of HP. That guy's geared, bro. That guy is geared. Alrighty, boys, let's get another one running. Snoopy, do you have a group, man? Proxy's ready. Snoopy, are we back up online? Or is Snoopy doing his own thing? 89. Yo, somebody peep into Snoopy's stream, be like, is it? Let me know if he still has a group and if he's doing more or if he's done for the night. Otherwise, Kreiser is on standby. Jesus and Anthrax probably also want to play as well. You know what I mean? Our team average was 35k. I mean, that's still pretty close. 41k, 35k. That's still pretty decent, you know? That's pretty close. You can probably still make it work. It is a Monk, though, so that is... It's up streaming. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully he has a great... I guess it is late for him. Glad he popped in. Dalaranчик, привет. Хорошего стрима. Отличного настроения. Здравствуйте, скина. Большое спасибо. Надеюсь, у вас все нормально. How to join 5V5 1v1 join groups in LFG, boys. Hit H, go to player versus player premier group, custom PvP, find a group top, literally number 5 enters Alliance or Horde. See if there's a group up and running. If you don't see a group available, you can always make one yourself. It's community driven. Stream here. Call it something like 5V5 1v1 Duels in the custom PvP. Maybe we can throw in my name in there too, just so people have an easy time finding it. Let's group, pop in the chat, let them know, yo, we got a group on Alliance and or Horde on EU. Looking for more people. Have this many out of 5. Get yourself a 5-man. D-list, add me on Real ID, and I'll queue against one of the boys. It's up and running and available. You know what I mean? Alrighty, Anthrax is, I think Kreiser took over for the group. So we're gonna put Snoopy here then. We're gonna go for Proxy. Jesus, we're gonna throw you versus Brizaz or Cracker. Probably Brizaz. Because then we can get Cracker against somebody that he hasn't played. If Jesus is still around. Kreiser and Proxy Mill. Here we go. I think it worked. Тебе спасибо за хорошее настроение. Надеюсь, вам нравится стрим. You'll have to message him. He's not streaming. He might be online though. Oh, okay. Yeah, after this, I'll message him. Ask him if he still has a group or if he's chilling. I'll see if he's chilling or what. Because when I'm offline, I'm usually... Actually, no. When I'm offline, I usually am still playing WoW. Or I usually get some food and I go back on WoW. But some people that are streaming when they're playing WoW and they're not really online when they're not streaming. So I don't know how he does it. But it was so cool having him here, man. He didn't really get to play too much, but if he's still around, we'll try to see if we can get him in. Откуда русский знаешь? Родился в России. Давным-давным-давно. I'm forgetting my Russian, though. Я забываю русский язык уже. Я взял класс в Америке здесь, в колледже на русском языке. И still у меня фамилия говорит по-русски, мама моя. Но я сам больше почти не говорю, забываю уже, извиняюсь. Я чуть-чуть по-русскому могу читать. Много русских игроков на дуэли. Хорошо, то, что я знаю русский язык, могу им какие-то никнеймы задавать. A little bit of Russian there. You guys have no idea what we're talking about, but it's okay. Switch. We got us this Wing Battle, going to be first up as a Feral Druid versus what looks like Whim as a Frost Mage. Ooh, I want to see that. Is going to go for immediate trinket as the Feral goes in for an opener, try to hit him with a Blizzard, does hit him with a Nova. Blizzard on one side, Nova on the other, does get the Feral out. As long as he can keep him out in combat, Without resetting, he'll be in a good spot. Roar by the Feral. Land himself a restone onto Wim. And Wim is playing the triple shield Lego as... Ooh, it looks like the shields got broken pretty quickly, actually. As a Frost Mage, all the time, it should get him back up and running. Mr. Torment coming out is going to get interrupted by the Feral. Ringer Freya Frost to follow right after Wing Ball. Is he going to be able to do much here? Actually, looks like Wim going to be able to do much. Icebug coming out very, very early. Does not have the conduit where Icebug gives you a heal. That is super, super unfortunate. Hopefully, he still has a conduit where the shields give you a heal. He does. Okay, he does get a very, very little healing out of it, though. It is heavily reduced. Not super heavily, but it is quite a bit. Trying to still make a Mirrors of Torment happen. Bashed by the Feral. As the Feral not really going for too much self-healing. Went in for a bit of damage there. Just trying to capitalize on the pressure. And Wim, does he get the Mirrors of Torment? He does. Interrupt the Wing Ball. So after 3 auto attacks with 6 seconds apart. Didn't even need it. Looks like he just got a big old bite out of that Orc Mage. Taking him out. The regrowths actually, I think, eventually... No, it looks like Mirrors of Torment do fall off. When the Mage is down. I was gonna say, I wonder if he's still gonna get himself hit with a root and a silence. Proxy gonna be up next. The Hodge onto Wing Ball, but the Thorns actually. Oh my god! What just happened? Wait, where's Poxy? Where's Poxy? Where'd he go? Hold on, Poxy. I think Poxy left immediately. Yo, I can't even switch to Poxy. They left immediately. Oh no! Oh no! The Thorns. Oh no! All of you guys are the same Paladins OP. Just use Thorns. What are you doing? Just use Thorns forehead. Lamar Milade. Oh, I like the name. I also like the Mog. As enhancement, I'm going to be out next versus Wing Ball. Enhancement versus a Feral Druid. How is this going to work out? I am interested in how this is going to work. This man trying to maintain himself as best possible. Mame coming out, but Wing Ball does he have enough damage? Looks like Lamar does go for that big old heal with the Chain Harvest. Wing catches himself a bit of a heal behind the pillar and doesn't really sit behind the stealth for too long, behind the landing set for too long. Counter-Strike Totem coming down for Lamar. Wing should be able to take out Counter-Strike if he needs to. Yeah, otherwise he's going to get zapped. Looks like the bite. He actually didn't care for it. Just went in and bit right through it. This guy's just tearing the Team 2 apart. He's tearing Team 2 apart, Lisa. Oh, wait, what? Oh, Dirks, we don't know what kind of spec you're playing, actually, so we can't see your cooldowns. Your assassination, I actually can see his cooldowns. Trinkets and evasion is available. We don't know what cooldowns he's running. Wingball is playing the Kyrian setup, by the way, so he's not convoked. So no wonder he has so much burst so often. Dirks is playing the subtlety. We did see the Shadow Strikes go through, as well as the Shuriken Storm. He needs to go for a big setup with the Wingball. That is going to be a trinket available for Wing if he needs to. Dirks trying to make the most damage happen. There's going to be a Barset available. Bash to the Dirks does not have a trinket. Could be in a really bad spot. Wingball trying to get some recovery. Big bite onto Dirks. And Dirks looking for a bit of a reset. Wing, I don't think he's going to give him any kind of reset at all. Maybe? Does go for a Sippy Cup. Smoke Bomb is available. Catches a re-stealth. Sap onto Wing. We don't know what cooldowns Dirks has, but we can look at his character. Cold Blood is online. Did use evasion earlier, so I think evasion is about 1 minute 30 seconds. Still CD is up. I don't think we saw a cloak. Vanish, have no idea. Blind, I don't think we saw blind either. So it has a good set of cooldowns available on him, at least for the time being. Wing picking up the eye, looking for the rogue, trying to go for the fastest 1v5 ever, but looks like Dirks is going to slow the game down just a hair, making sure that Wingball does not break any kind of records here. Does go for the Shadow Strike around the corner. I think he went for a roar. Maim onto Dirks. It did not last long at all. Blind to follow. Does not have a trinket as the Kirin does come out, as Thorns come out. So if Dirks can go for a reset onto Wingball, he might be okay. Dirks, I don't know if he used Shadow Blades or not. I don't know if he's playing Muck for Death either. So it's going to be kind of hard. But I'm going to try to see if I can... Okay, not Kirin. Night Face setup. Cheap Shot. Barkson coming out for Wing, though. And Dirk's looking for a bit of a reset. I don't know if he's playing one Shadow Dance or two. So I'm trying to kind of use visual senses here to figure out what setup he's playing. Cloak Shot is still available if he needs to. Kidney Shot comes in. Actually, super DR'd. No evasion, no blind available. If he has advantage, this is the only thing that's going to help him at this point. If he has advantage, back-to-back stuns by Wingball. Does have mobility. Looks like Wingball hasn't gone for biggest damage just yet. Thorns is up. Evasion coming back up online, apparently. I guess 2 minutes have passed. And Dirk's not really looking at the enemy. He's giving him his back, so that evasion doesn't really do much. With Wolf going to be up next as a Beastmaster Hunter. Resonant Arrow. He does go for the roar on all those pets. Cannot get the big kill commands. Does go for the stun at the last second. Still has a bit of damage for Wing Ball left as well. Wall available for Wing Ball in case things really get dire. It looks like Friends of Region should keep him alive. Does get himself a restealth for a second. The Crows do get him out though, with the regrowth right after. And that's going to be Wolf still continuing to get the chase. Big cooldown's available. Wing Ball could be in a bad spot. Does go for a pretty big heal. Warlock House almost like it was used. Trying to get some regrowths in. The pets do apply a Mortal Strike effect, but only in 6 minutes of this duel. We are at 9% damper. The Thorns up for the pets to slow him down. Maim onto Wolf. Trying to make the Kyrian setup work. Looks like he did a bit of damage, but not the biggest bites we've ever seen. Turtle Shell available for Wolf. Looks like one of the pets does go down. The bleeds on the Thorns really does work, forcing the Hunter to go for a pet revive. The Turtle Shell was on him long enough to get the pet revive off anyway. It's actually pretty big for him. Actually really good. Wing Ball trying to maintain himself as much damage as the Wolf. Treason Trap comes out. Trap getting broken out with a Trinket. Wolf going in for the Kyrian, trying to clean himself off of bleeds. That's going to be a Bardic set available for Wing Ball. Does have some cooldowns ready with Berserking. There's going to be also Brutal Slashes coming online very, very soon. Or Feral Frenzy, I think. The 5.1. They're marked for death, basically. I haven't played my Feral in a bit. Feign Death for Wolf for a second. Does get himself a camo. Looks like he does almost freak away with the bleeds, but looks like still something is on him. He is really low on health, though. Wolf is a kind of a dire situation. Needs to go for as much cutting as he can, but with Wing Ball trying to stay ahead of him in health this whole time. Maim coming out. Kyrian available. I think it's over. Unless Wolf somehow has a massive heal. Looks like Wing Ball does come in for a big old 1v5 as a Feral Druid. That was really quick. It was like really, really quick. Oh my god. Poxy in particular, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with Poxy, to be honest. I have no idea. Oh no. Oh no. That was hard. That was really, really rough. Can we go again? I guess we could have you guys go again. I guess most of your team didn't really get to play. Were you the guys with the Feral? I think you were. I guess we can have you guys go again. Krager, Brizaz, Snoopy. I guess I should message him, right? Still have a team or chillin'? Here we go. Asking, boys, asking. 89, 90. Yo, we're breaking that 90, boys. Let's go. Look at the heal from Druid. Wait, did it do something weird? Did the Druid do something weird? Only damage upon melee hits or really no gem because of melee hits? Yeah, well. Yeah, the Thorns, I guess, would do it, huh? With a Judgment. Probably got a Judgment proc and every one of the Judgment proc the Thorns. That's just a lot of damage. He rocked them all. He did really well. He did really well. We'll give Snoopy like 30 seconds, and otherwise we're gonna go for. Did Chrysler and Krager play? I don't think Chrysler and Krager played, so we can do that, right? Because I would like to see Chrysler play again, since most of his team getting to play. That Feral really stole the show. Jesus and Breezaz played, so we can go Poxy versus Breezaz or Jesus, one of those two. I want to see Shadow Priest. He should have been here a couple of games ago. All the good ones are gonna go on the YouTube videos anyway, boys. You know what I mean? Thorns reflect what exactly? Quite a lot of damage. Не думал вернуться в Россию? Не. Извиняюсь, но Америка мне нравится очень больше. Я не знаю. Я жил в Америке. Я уже жил в Америке больше, чем я жил в России. И эта часть мира, я думаю, будет как будто... Если я вернулся в Россию, это было бы... Как его по-русски? Я не знаю, как сказать. Я бы называл русским. Если я бы вернулся в Россию, это было бы как будто я иду в дом Человека, которого не знаю. Basically, what I'm trying to say, if I were to come back to Russia, it'd be like I'd be going to a house of a stranger rather than a house that I, you know, that's familiar. Long story short, hopefully Russians can somebody translate it or something. Or hopefully you guys know a little bit of Russian. Logged up for already good games though. Alright, cool. Snoopy is offline, so we're gonna go Krager and Kreiser. This Kreiser's team barely get to play. Only phone barely get to play. Привет, на стриме. Здорово, Кримсон. Здорово. But yeah. Also, Russia has a thing where you have to go serve in the military for 2 years when you reach like 18. I never did that, so I wonder if they'll be throwing me in the military if I were to come back. That would be another weird one. Check out my Russia, better stay in America. Trust me. Yo, I yeah, I feel the same way. But I also do this whole military thing in Russia. I wonder if I were to come back, even because I do have the U.S. citizenship, right? Renounce my Russian citizenship, so I don't think I would. But I wonder if Russia would just be like, yeah, we don't care about the rules. That'd be weird. I mean, basically, we would come back for a vacation, throw in the military for 2 years, like, okay. Basically a foreign country at this point. Although it would be nice to visit family, you know what I mean? That would also be good. Switch. We got ourselves on team 1. We got ourselves Kreiser still setting up himself a big old setup. Wing ball. I guess he's gonna be chilling in the back. He's gonna put him best for last. Wolf Quad's gonna go in the corner. Mary, and we got A-bomb as on Unholy. Where's this team 2? We got ourselves. What is that? How do you say that? Chopper Zool. We'll call it Chopper, dude. Holy Chopper. Wolf Quad's going in for some damage of his own versus Archeorg here. As a polymorph. Oh, trying to polymorph for Feral. Oh! Arche made a mistake. You can't polymorph a druid in the druid forums. They're already a polymorphed in a sense. You know what I mean? It's going to be Arche trying to go for shit and power. Wolf Quads does not get knocked out of stealth. Let's see. We also got Cracker. We also got in the back. Yes, we also got ourselves. Well, Arche, you introduced him earlier. And we got ourselves. Who is this? Gotchi. His name is Gotchi. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. Arche goes in for a big combustion while available full quads as he goes for a bit of a reheal with frenzied regen, regenerating the health with a frenzy of a cat or a bear or any wildlife, really. For ADK, now I've seen everything. True. His name is Chopper. Oh, as close as I can give him a name named Chopper. Breath of the Wolf Quads trying to go for Ring of Frost. Looks like he's going to be Trinket out of Wolf Quads, denying the Ring of Frost for the mage. So Arche just needs to wait out for the next Breath Ring setup, and he might be able to make something work. Arche is playing the Night Fade Druid, so he does have cooldown reduction by his side. So the more combustion he gets to use, the better. It looks like he's not going to be seeing combustion for quite a while. Trying to see if he can give some Ring of Frost. The Breath, trying to make sure it's a clean Ring of Frost versus Wolf Quads with the G-Pie. Does he have anything set up to come by? Trying to go for a Fireball. Does give him cooldown reduction. Does get a slow to Wolf Quads. Meteor comes in. The Bear Form and the Bark Skin do come out, and Wolf Quads trying to get aggressive. Interrupting on cooldown reduction, which might not be a bad idea. Into Maim. Convoke the Spirits. Does force the trick out of Archeorg, though. We'll switch to the wrong people. I'm so sorry. 4 and 3. 4 and 3. Oh, and 3. Okay, switch to the wrong person there. Again. Ultra Time available for Arche. Looking like he'll be okay. The bleeds do set in for quite a bit. Does get interrupted on the fire, though. And looks like Wolf Quads is going to go for a bit of a race. It looks like there's a wild undead just roaming down the middle, I guess, from A-Bomb. Arche making sure to pick up the eye in case Wolf Quads approaches. Probably going to sit down and get some food. Most likely going to try to see if he can hit him with a Breath. Missing the Breath. Actually, was an opener stun, but Wolf Quads trying to go for Ring of Frost. It looks like maybe he still will go for it. Skull Bash still available if he needs to. Is going to trap the Feral inside of the ring. And that's going to be Shadowlands. Does and weigh him out with the Arcade. Gonna still maybe go. Oh, big old leap just leapt over the Ring of Frost. Goes in for the interrupt. And that's going to be shift in power, giving Archeorg the opportunity to go for yet another combustion setup. Meteor comes in. Wolf Quads takes a lot of damage, but it has great mobility to get out of there ASAP. It looks like it's going to be a bit of a reset for the Feral. Our Heroic is going to have to go for food and maybe even the eye. Again, in case the Feral is going to be on him, does go for a leap. I don't think he was able to get a proper stun. Trying to go for a big setup. Arhi is actually kind of low in health. Icebox still available if he needs it. Cauterize also still available if he needs it too. Still trying to land those polymorphs onto Wolf Quads from time to time. Catches them in Ring of Frost. Maim comes out. Wolf Quads could maybe get himself a big setup. Icebox comes in. Wow. Sorry about that, boys. Yelling. Spit. Choking me. I need to slow down and breathe. Sorry about that, boys. Oh, my eyes are watering now. Good thing I didn't miss much. Good thing it was just an ice bucket and a reset. Back to the duel. The big Meteor coming down. Wolfquats. This time here, what did the Meteor? I really do want to know more about the Meteor. It seems like sometimes it hits things and sometimes it doesn't. I think it depends if you are in the Meteor by a certain point, and if you run out of it, it still hits you. Or does it track exactly where the Meteor is and it's just something about the range is a lot bigger for it? It has to be something, right? It has to be something. Wolfquads doesn't really go for a full restyle there. He actually just walks up next to Arceus. He tries to go for a bit of food, trying to max range away from the Feral until he can get combustion back up. It looks like for Arceus, the cooldown reduction setup is not a bad one, but it's not really helping him win this game unless he ends up going for the long-term battle of attrition with Wolfquads. It looks like Wolfquad so far has been able to just outrun the burst. As long as he has soul shape, he should be able to get the hell out of the ASAP. I do wonder if the Kirin setup for mages might be, or at least for fire, might be just a lot stronger just because you can go for a big damage setup, just make a big old one-shot. But maybe the cooldown reduction in 3v3s and 2v2s is better. Gonna be a trinket out of Wolfquads. Trying to see if he can disrupt the damage. Gonna be big damage onto the Feral out of nowhere. Did not expect it. Does go for a massive heal ASAP, and Arhi just doesn't have the mobility to catch up after him. Wolfquads goes in for a bit of a self heal. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a reset for the two of them yet again. I mean, he gets a lot of damage. He tries to rise the Feral a couple times, but I feel like you just need one extra ability to use from time to time. Just one extra ability as part of that combo in order to finish off the Feral. Just a little bit extra. Just something is missing. Does go for Ring of Power, with Wolfquads getting frozen up. It looks like somebody on Team 1 left. I don't know, unfortunately. Was it somebody else already played? Oh, I think Wolfquads and Archie were the first ones. Much you can really do there, I guess. Meteor coming down. Wolfquads trying to turn it around. Meteor does connect this time, even though it looked like he was right out of it. Fireball trying to set up. Going to be an interrupt. Wolfquads not letting him go anywhere at all. Just trying to stay on him as best as possible. And Archie using that great mobility to get the hell out of there. There's a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Shifting power coming out, does get a little bit of cooldown reduction. Gonna be a Convoke available for Wolfquads. Got all the rest in the world. But Arhi did have a blink available for it. It looks like it's gonna be a little bit of a back and forth until higher dampening. As Arhi, let's see him go for a setup. Trying to go for a bit of a setup. Does not have the Meteor to combo off of this. The G-Pie does get Wolfquads kind of low. Is it gonna be enough though? Probably not. Meteor coming in. Wolfquads is gonna be the bad spot. Meteor does not tag him. Bear from into a frenzied region should be able to get a lot of recovery there. Most likely still has the frenzied region for the emergency if he ever drops below 50% health. Basher to R, he does have himself all the time available. Should be able to outlive this for a bit. Has a blink for it. And there goes the all the time. Catching on a little bit of health while the shields are down. He doesn't have Ice Block for 13 seconds, so he's going to be getting that very, very soon, unless Wolfquads can get the Cauterize right now before the Ice Block does get the Cauterize. Sees the combustion running out of it. 5 seconds on an Ice Block, though. If he goes in, gets the damage in, he might be able to force the defensive out of our hero pretty early on. Shifting power to get cooldowns back faster. Does he have defensive cooldowns back with that, too? Does it reduce the cooldown of that Ice Block as well? Or how does it work? Does hit him with the Moonfire Breath into Wolfquads. Final land in the Polymorph. He did go out of the animal form for the Moonfire. Interrupting him does have to burn a trinket, but does interrupt the Greater Pyro. And I'm hardly looking for the mobility. Does still have Ice Block if needed. Going for the roots? Actually not a bad idea, just to root him down so at least you can catch to him. It's a moth? Oh, okay. Like a moth to a flame then. What? No Ice Block? Wait, does he live this? Oh, he doesn't. I was gonna say, does he live this? Because no ice block was used. Maybe he was thinking, you know what? He doesn't have the damage. I'll have ice block right afterwards. With Quads having to go for a bar skin. Is Chopper gonna be up next? It looks like Chopper got quite a bit of chops on him. Going for the big old obliterates back-to-back trinkets out of that. Taking him out as he goes out of form. Fleshcraft to siphon his soul immediately. Oh no, A-bomb. Oh, A-bomb DC'd. Wait, A-bomb DC'd and someone else left. Oh, that's unfortunate, dude. That's unfortunate. Chopper trying to see if he can get the hell away from Mary. Which one is Mary? There we go. There is Mary. Final verdict, Seraphim, everything available. Anti-magic shell only can do so much for Chopper. MZ rotated. Does have a pet to sacrifice for health if needed. It looks like Mary actually takes a bit of damage. There goes his big proc for the wall with a free Word of Glory if he does run the conduit for it. And Chopper looks like he might be okay for a bit. Goes in for a grippy hand with a stun onto Mary, trying to make some damage happen here. Is he going to be able to do much? Mary's taking a bit of that sustained damage. Might have to bop or bubble here. Most likely bubble. Shielded Vengeance available. It looks like he's going to maintain himself for a little bit. Chopper is out of offensives. The defensive front is also looking kind of limited here. No IBF for this one. No Trinket to get out of the Hodge. That Shielded Vengeance most likely going to proc back on him. Yeah, there's a little bit of damage. Does have the roots though. A billion roots. Interrupted to Mary, trying to disrupt his cast self heals, and does go for a little bit of extra runic power generation. While beating him with a flute, he's a savage. Oh, what? He busted out, started beating Mary with a flute. And no bubble. Did he just have some burst out of nowhere? Mary just didn't... Huh? I don't understand. Chopper though lived that one. Does Chopper want to go for a he needs to go probably for some kind of a self heal. Look at that, he's still carrying a flute. Getting hit with a second CC with a cataclysm around the corner, gripping in the warlock immediately. That's just trying to go for a soul shape to bail out of the ASAP. Still holding on to a flute, dude. He's still beating him with a flute. Swapping out to the weapon for a second, still holding on flute. The flute is almost like an attachment, like a hilt for your weapon. What? What was that, dude? A Furry Death Knight. You guys probably came in thinking, you know what? Furry Death Knights, what is he gonna do? You didn't realize this man is a monster who chops paladins in half, did ya? Oh my goodness. Chrysler though, trying to make sure he gets some range on Chopper, is going to be a cannibal. Flying does have a trinket to use versus Chrysler if he ever needs to. It looks like Chopper actually used that trinket really late. Fleshcraft is available. Should be able to use the Fleshcraft for some CC immunity, actually. Does he? Is that the build he goes for? CC immunity? Maybe. Might be. And there's going to be Death Pact available. Interrupt on the Shadow. Might have a grip, but he's getting super low. Mortal Coil running him out of anti-magic zone. I think it's over for Chopper, though. Oh, I see someone the pet try to go maybe for a bit of a heal. Looks like it wasn't enough. I don't know if the heal got absorbed by the necrotics or if he just didn't get to use the heal fast enough. Either way, though. Didn't get him out of there just yet. Succubus CC onto Krager. Not much you can do about it. El Capitano, my man. I'm back with someone. Yo, my man, how you doing, my dude? Yo, my guy. Can we get a hashtag El Capitano in chat? We'll be becoming a member yet again for the stream team. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much for joining back to the membership squad. Thank you, my dude. My man. Don't ever worry about money and don't ever worry about being a member or not, my dude. Thanks so much for popping back in. Hope you're having a good one, by the way. I like it, Shadowlands. Are you excited for 905? 905 is looking really good, isn't it? Thanks so much for coming back, man. Hope you're having a wonderful, beautiful day. Dal, you said there'll be a transmit comp someday. I didn't see it. We have not done transmit comp. I have not even had any real serious plans for how to get one up and running. Casbolt to Krager, super low on health. Not much you can really do when he's getting locked down like that by Chrysler. Infernal burning on him, but looks like Krager just has enough to survive. Swapping the attention to A-bomb immediately, trying to make that victory rush work for him. That's going to be full Army of the Dead joining in. As A-bomb should be able to get quite a bit of damage to Krager. Try to go for a big old leap. If he can get close enough, might be go for a grip. Actually, Reflect wouldn't even allow him a grip at all in the first place. But the only way he would have actually been able to do is maybe a grip while the A-bomb limb goes for a grip. Goes for a root, try to keep A-bomb away. Grip does come out either way. And A-bomb's A-bomb does disappear. Krager should be able to do some damage here and should be able to have a bit of time surviving now. Big old Blaze Storm rolling up as A-bomb super low in health. Had to go for a death fact. Not much you can really do with that self-heal. Kind of denied, and Krager taking him out with a big old raging blow at the end there. That was a long duel. I'm actually a little bit sad somebody had a DC. But yeah, we'll have to figure something out there, boys, with that DC, yeah? Probably have to figure something out. Alrighty. Are we doing more or are we done ski? It is that time for that, you know, almost 7 p.m. It is about that time, boys. We had a lot of duels today, too. We had 91 at this point. 91. That's a lot of EU duels, and this is not even doubling up for these ones. We need to go hashtag Chasm Cup. Yeah, thanks, man. Made plenty classes, yo, dude. I gotta get more classes up and running. I just got a Warlock. I gotta do some gear and a Night Guy. And I gotta finish the campaign too, because that'll give me a lot of gear. What the Flesh is good for is CC immunity. The buff and Flesh got patch 9 to 5. Proxy and Brizaz. We could do Proxy and Brizaz, yeah. Those guys are still around. But Fleshcraft is making one unlock the raise just like before ADK too. Yo. It would look funny as hell. Actually, Matux has all his tunes, the Monk, the DK, and the Shadow Priest has Volpera. And the loot look pretty good. Like something about the Volpera, I think it's the nose, like the fox nose just adds on to it, you know? And the foxy tail. It really doesn't look that bad. I know people are like, oh, Volpera, but like, they really don't look bad looking, honestly. But yeah. I guess we could do Breezaz. Got 2 warriors and 2 DKs, Frost Mage and a rat. Yo, 3 warriors. What the hell? 2 rogues. That's a lot of tunes. This man is not about variety. He's just about getting all as many dudes as he wants to play, dude. Probably has 1 rogue for your respect, huh? Which I guess would make sense. Or 1 every covenant too. You could play anything you wanna. Alrighty. Let's get Proxy and Breezaz in here. As the last one of the day, boys. This is gonna be the last duel because I do have to get some food. I do have to get some laundry done. Like, this is the last shirt I have, so I gotta do laundry. And at some point I should just sit on the couch, watch TV or something, dude, because I'll be waking up so late and going to bed so late too. I really gotta stop doing that. So tonight I'm gonna try to see, after this duel, get a lot of work done, get things out of the way. I'm trying to work on that as best I can. Damn. More blood. I'm gonna make a dapper Volpera with a monocle and everything. That'll look kind of cool. Excited to see what it's gonna look like, Tyron. So Twitch, we got ourselves. We got. Wait, actually, Atherman. Why didn't we not see you in these duels today, huh? Why did he not see you in these duels, man? We got ourselves trying to kite me on team 1. On that team, we also got Silva, the Shadow Priest. We got ourselves Savithar as a rogue. Subtlety rogue going to be going up first, but it looks so insufferable on that team, as well as Belly versus team 2. We got ourselves Poxy as a Pala. We got ourselves Zamgoon. It looks like he's barely fitting into this mound though too. What a goon. We got Wim as a Frost Mage. We got Lamar as a enhancement shaman going up versus Savvy going in for a big old evasion. As Ghost was rolling in, that's also going to be a Cloak of Shadows. He's using everything against this shaman, huh? Lamar just had to wait until evasion's down, then he might be able to make some damage happen. The rogue can go for a bunch of resets. Lamar just charging at him, dude. Some big old Chad rolling. Oh my god, he's just running so fast. Hope he's still hitting himself in the face with those massive axes too. Get a shot by the rogue. He's sitting about half his health. Lamar is looking pretty healthy though. But the burst out of the rogue is looking quite handy. Big wind. Oh, Cheat Death comes in. Oh, I was thinking the wind strikes would kill him, but the Cheat Death out of nowhere. Even hit him with the Chain Harvest. That would have been the end. But Savvy, playing quite a savvy build against all these bursty classes. Well, he's not going to see that Cheat Death for 6 more minutes, so he better make it count against Lamar. He did use every offensive, or just about every defensive. Cloak of Shadows and Vanish is the only... No, Smoke Bomb and Vanish are the only things that haven't been used yet. Savvy though, oh man, you're in a tough spot here, huh? Tough spot. Also, let's see, we got us as Wolf. It's the last guy. Oh, almost actually got the rogue out without Crash Lightning, just kind of out of nowhere. Getting the shot onto Lamar. Savage trying to make the most damage happen. Cheap shot yet again. Still continue to make the damage happen. Actually, looks like he has him. Wait, actually, Savage came in with a 100% crit setup and actually did the work. That is Shaman's for you, man. That is enhancement. They do have it a little bit rough. After that big crit opener, just put Lamar in the back foot. I think he had wall coming up and didn't have it available by the time he died. But it could be wrong. Wolf picking up the eyes immediately. He's not even wasting any time looking for the rogue, hitting him with a slow. The pets do get back pretty quickly to Wolf. Does go for a either Master's Call or he went in for a pet sack. Most like a pet sack, trying to reduce some of the damage from the rogue. Looks like they're going to be just going in all in. Hail Mary. As Savvy does go in for a restart. It looks like the pets are still on him. Does he drop a hunter's mark on the rogue? Looks like there is a hunter's mark. He probably should have cloaked and vanished in order to remove the hunter's mark. Otherwise, the pets are back on him. Savvy is not going to be able to get himself a reset. You can CC both pets. But you know, actually, maybe you could ship one pet kit to the other, catch some line of sight, get away from Wolf and the pets. But he's just not letting him go anywhere. Cloak Shadows is available, but I think he still gets the damage going through. Get a shot at Wolf, and the pets do go in for the last final bite. And Wolf takes him out, with Silva going to be up next as a Shadow Priest. Playing as a troll Shadow Priest? He is. Is that the normal troll? I think he is the normal troll. I don't think he is Xander or none of that. But he's going to get the dots and the pets. And hopefully Wolf will have himself not the worst, because I think Wolf and the Shadow Priest dueled each other before. And actually I think Wolf won that one, but Silva might be a whole nother Shadow Priest. Big PI damage coming out is going to get the mind games to the Wolf. Does go for a feign death for a second. Trying to make the pets do as much work as possible. Does catch the interrupt on Shadow. Could be maybe defensive of Sylvia. Does go for a freezing trap to disrupt him for a second. Void Eruption is still going to come out. Silva still has every defensive available. Greater Fate coming out. No interrupt for Wolf for a second here. And Silva pushing in to get a big old DP onto Wolf. Is still sitting kind of half his health. Resonant Shot coming out. Could be potentially dispersed here. Does go for a Vamp Embrace. Actually get interrupted on Shadow. Kill shot coming out. Could be really bad for Silva. Has to overlap the Vamp Embrace as well as disperse. Looking like he's actually going to charge at Wolf, as this is going for a bit of a medic bandage there, or first aid. And Silva just not in a great spot without a defensive. Needs to go for CC chains on the Wolf if he wants to make a play here. Trying to make as much damage as happen, but looks like Wolf takes him out. The Shadow Priest just cannot do much against the Hunter. That nice interrupt was exactly what he needed. Belly up next, goes in for a bit of a Blaze Storm. Wolf has to go for a Turtle Shell after taking the full damage from the Warrior. Belly is a bit of undergeared of a Warrior, though. He is at like 28,000 health, so you guys should be aware. Big old Rapture with a sword. Big old Rapture with a sword. It looks hilarious. The sword looks like he looks bigger, and the sword looks so much smaller. Looks like a toy for a second. Belly, though, playing very, very defensively against all those pets. Getting quite free chops at him. But as long as he continues getting ignore pain, he'll be in a good spot. Wolf does get the line of sight to get the full damage to the Belly. That's a lot of damage, lots of kill commands. Maybe an execute goes in for a parry, can parry the pets, but he will need to eventually get some damage to Wolf. Stormball coming out with a Warbreaker, trying to make as much damage happen here. Disengage comes out for Wolf. Going to be a leap for Belly, leaps a little bit to the side. Kill shot into the freezing trap. That was actually so good. Does he take it on the pod? I'd be surprised if he doesn't. There he goes. Unstoppable going to be up next. This man versus Wolf, as Wolf so far has had himself quite a game for his team. So far, the only man that has even got to play. As he goes in for a bit of a camo. Hunter's Mark on Unstoppable. Might have to have him pick up the eye to find Wolf. Unstoppable versus Wolf. Is Shaman win against a Hunter? I feel like the Hunter just will not have the same survivability and sustainability as Unstoppable here. So I think eventually the Hunter loses. But maybe the Hunter can make something happen here, because Unstoppable has bursted damage and like just sustain. He could just live forever. Wolf can get some good sustainability, but he has very, very sustained damage though. A much more sustained damage profile. Trying to make some damage happen. Unstoppable goes in for a wall immediately. Wolf trinkets out as soon as he can. Bestial Wrath and everything rolling. Unstoppable, while he has wall up, just not taking any damage. And Wolf actually has to play it super defensively here. The Fire Elemental just joined the fight and is going to set some traps for Unstoppable, eating those lava birds from afar. He's going to go for Exil right now just to get himself a little bit extra health to work with. Unstoppable is still getting chased by the pets. The Char Trap will not really slow him down. The pets, I guess, do a little bit of damage, but they do also proc the Earth Shield quite often. And the Earth Shield for Unstoppable, especially when he's a lower health, like below 75% health, does heal him for a lot more. So the pets are just like two sources of damage. Just a very sustained, very consistent auto attacks. Plus the pet attack, which I guess is the bite. Dojo, my man, that's 20 EU bones. Man, what the hell? That's a lot of moolah. Yo, can we get a hashtag Dojo in chat? Oh my goodness, that's a lot of money, my man. Thanks so much, Dojo. Can we get a hashtag Dojo, boys? For nice, wonderful, beautiful, generous dono, my guy. Thank you so much. Stone into Unstoppable as Wolf get himself a bit of damage. It looks like Unstoppable got himself Earth Elemental. He's not really going for the big setups. Unstoppable could still go for big instacast. Primordial looks like Stormkeeper is getting set up. That's going to be Turtle Shell for a Wolf immediately. Unstoppable still holding on to the lightning in his hands. That is a lot of moolah. Yo, Tojo, can we get a hashtag Tojo in chat, boys? That is so generous of you, my guy. Thank you for the big old donut, my guy. Appreciate ya. Hashtag for Tojo for his generosity, boys. Unstoppable. Still doing it okay. Wolf, not really looking all that great, though. Not a lot of defenses you can really work with. But he still should have maybe decent sustainability. We are at 17% dampening. So he's getting some heals, but the lava burst of the earth shocks does go for the health increase, though. He does give himself a nice health increase with the Battle Master Trinket. Does interrupt the lava burst, expecting for a big old meatball bonanza to come out any moment. I think Primordial Bolt still set up for Unstoppable. That's going to be Trinket trying to get the lava burst going through it. Does get the lava burst, does not get the Primordial Bolt set up. But the Battle Master Trinket does disappear, literally a frost shock away from dead. And Wolf at barely any health, just gives himself like the lasso. Trinket said, wait, it's actually kind of okay as long as he doesn't get hit by any global, any ability. And it looks like Wolf does get himself a lot of heal. Wait, the acceleration came back? At the last second, I guess. That's crazy. Excel actually came back. He might actually be able to do something here. He got some cooldowns coming back very, very soon too. Resonating shot should be able to get a lot of pet damage. Unstoppable does have a wall for it though. So that's super unfortunate for Wolf. If he could do some damage afterwards, after that wall is down with Resonating, actually doing quite a bit of damage even through the wall to Unstoppable. If there was no wall around, the pets actually would be chomping hard at him. And Unstoppable does get himself big kills behind the pillar. As Wolf does need himself a lot of recovery. Feign death into a camo. Almost got the camo off. Looks like the pets did get dotted up. Was it both the pets getting dotted up? At least one of them. Because one of them is roaming together with Unstoppable. At least one of them got dotted up by the Elemental. Does not say the lasso long. Did actually outrange the lasso with a knockback trap? I think he might have. With that explosive trap. Stun Unstoppable doesn't really get the most damage in. But next Resonator and Arrow with Burst could be quite good for him either way. Still continues to kite. Bestial Wrath coming out. That's going to be his pet getting healed up. Stormkeeper available. Strong onto Wolf. Does interrupt him on the lava burst, but the zaps go through either way. Long duel, but Wolf played it as well as he could there. Zamgoon going to be up next. Zamazam rolling up as a big old torrent. Kyrian. Wings available and everything. He has wings on his shoulders, wings in his helm, wings in his back. And this is wings on his shoes and he'll be good. Big Seraphim, go for the holy damage setup while blinded. The blinding light does allow Zamgoon to do holy damage without breaking the blind. So he went in for the most holy damage possible without being physical damage or autos, but looks like Unstoppable was able to knock it back and at least deny a lot of the burst for the red pally for the time being. Trying to see if he can purge any kind of buffs from Zamgoon, hitting him with lava burst speedballs. And Zamgoon actually come back at him without any cooldowns at all. The lack of mobility for Paladin is really showing his face here. Does have the pony up, no hand of freedom for it. But Unstoppable should be a-okay. Like the last should allow him a lot of separation from the Paladin. Paladin might actually go for line of sight, maybe even go for self-heals, but maybe Word of Glory is all he needs. We're at the 10 minute of the duel, almost heading towards that 11 minute mark. 35% dampener is in play. And Zam goes in for a hard, trading the Trinket for Unstoppable. Unstoppable trying to get himself a setup. Stormkeeper, Primordial Bolt available. Bubble coming down for Zamgoon. He knows there's going to be a lot of bursts right there. Looks like Zam is not playing the Wall Legendary that a lot of you guys have started playing as Palas. Does Unstoppable still have the big setup? Primordial Bolt. Zap comes in. Zaps definitely go through. I don't know if Primordial Bolt Lava Burst was still present. Light Lasso to Zam. Looks like he does bubble and the Lego activates. I don't know if you guys were... You guys said that once you bubble, the Lego does not work, but looks like it did work there. Unless you meant like after the Lego activates, then you bubble and then it doesn't activate anymore. Or maybe it'll activate once. Interesting though. Zamgoon with the Shield of Vengeance. Still chilling for now. Unstoppable goes in, throwing in Primordial Bolt. Tank Legendary, it is. Big Lava Burst thrown in Zamgoon. He does throw in a hammer in there with the Bell Toll. Divine Toll. Lasso should take him out, I think. Man, the Paladin had himself a hell of a game. Had himself a really big burst to set up onto Unstoppable. But the knockback and the kites were just so good. Foxy is going to be up next versus Unstoppable. Proxy last time just got, I don't even know what happened, but somebody with thorns just blasted him just out of the game completely. Hopefully I'll have it easier and a better run this time versus Unstoppable. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Gonna be Unstoppable rotating into an Earth Elemental for defenses in case Boxy goes in for big damage as well. And Boxy got himself Hand of Freedom, walking Unstoppable, got himself Surf him, grounding the Hodge into a Light and Last, so Boxy dropping in health quite quickly actually. Shield of Vengeance is up, but that's going to be a smaller Shield of Vengeance with 47% dampener. Trying to make a Lava Burst happen, Blind coming out, and Boxy goes in for big damage. We had a big freeze of frames. That was weird. Blinding light, even blinding my frames there, dude. But looks like Unstoppable taking him out. No bubble used by the Paladin. I guess the instant cast just went right through him. Wim is going to be up next, playing that Frost, trying to see if he can make Frost work here. Yeah, I guess he decided to play Frost on a whim. Or maybe somebody decides to main Frost, actually. We don't see a lot of Frost mages ever anymore, especially in PvP. Or really in general. Black and Lasso for whim. Not much you can really do about it. Nova onto Unstoppable, trying to make a Ring of Frost happen. Looks like it actually goes against it. As Unstoppable tries to go for an interrupt. Trick inside of the poly. Mirrors of Torment do come out. Unstoppable, after 3 casts, you will root yourself and you'll silence yourself, doing damage to yourself every time you cast. And he's just all about casts anyway. Dropping out totems, I think, does count as a cast too. And Wim just got himself Ray of Frost. Big setup, but Unstoppable actually has him in a bad spot. Silence the Nest, take him out. Wim! Oh my goodness, the Frost Mage actually made a big play. Big old shatters coming out for trying to kite me, as long as he can get the flurries off with the big frostbolts in particular. Then he'll be in a really good spot. Nova for try. He does go for a Tiger's Lust. Ice Block coming out for Wim. Does not have the heal with Ice Block. The try is going to go for a bit of a self-heal. We're at 14%, 40 minutes into the duel. 55% dampener. Strike give it up for trying to kite me. Try not to get kited. That's going to be a takeout for Wim, who did get himself a good kill on the on Shaman. Really well played. Really well done. Actually incredible. Pretty good, boys. Pretty good. Looks like Ray Boss will need to be released during the duel. True. Or maybe he did. Maybe he did. Alrighty, boys. That was a good duel, man. That was a good duel to finish it off. You guys are so fun to hang out with. So fun to hang out with. I just wish I wasn't so tired all the time. This is enjoyable as hell. This is what Ellie that destroyed the 5 in the other day in your video? I think so, yeah. If it's Unstoppable, then yeah. I'm pretty sure Unstoppable is the new Tasty. Except, I'm pretty sure when we see Tasty, he'll be stronger and better than ever. Transmog, Nuzhan, Dala, Transmog Comp, Transmog Competition. No może być. But I didn't. Is it your stream of może my zjadłem Transmog Comp? Maybe one of the streams will do a Transmog Comp. El Capitada. Oh man. No problem, man. Thanks for the duels, Yatoja. Thanks so much for coming by, man. Hope you enjoy the duels, my guy. Very, very appreciate it. Спасибо, родной. Приятный streaming. Yo, thank you, boys, for coming by. Appreciate all you guys. Appreciate you boys all coming by. So many rushed to the chat today, yo. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna go, boys. I'm gonna head out for the night. I'm gonna go do my laundry, get myself something to eat, maybe hang out on the couch for a bit, and get some work done. And I'll try to go to bed at a reasonable time. Maybe I'll get a key done or 2 on my ults. I think that would be a good idea. Get some keys done with the boys in guild if anybody's down for it. This Sunday we'll be doing a raid. Actually, we'll be doing. I'm not gonna stream it, but we'll be doing general. So it's gonna be a pretty long, pretty tough week for me to some extent. So the more recovery I can get, the better. The Chaser goes back, he'll be a taste of his own power. True, he really will. Well, I guess have a good night, yo, boys. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate you, boys. I appreciate you. I wonder where the DK God disappeared. DK God. Working DK. Yasa? He was here earlier. Unless, you know. Oh! Zikari. Oh, yeah. I don't know, actually. Good question. I think Zikari started playing Monk this expansion. He decided he wants to play meta. And then I think he kind of just stopped playing. Because he's not playing his main. That's why I tell people, like, there's no point of playing Flavor of the Night. I feel like there's a lot of people that end up swapping to Flavor of the Month and they end up playing a lot less. I feel like there's something that happens, dude, because you just don't want to play in the same class you enjoy. Yeah, I'd rather struggle and play a class I enjoy than otherwise. Got Death Metal Chamois Transmog linked in Discord. Death Metal Chamois. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. What do you think, chat? I know we're not doing a Transmog comp, but what do you think? What do you think of this? Death Metal Chamois, dude. I think it fits. I think it actually really fits. It's good. Alrighty, boys. We're going to call it dead. Thank you guys so much for coming by. I'm spacing out so hard, dude. You don't even know. I'm going to go. Because I feel like I could be here making small talk the whole time. But I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys all next stream. Alrighty, boys. See you tomorrow for... here we go. Now you can see it better. See you guys tomorrow for the NA duels, alrighty? Alrighty, boys. Peace.